showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? All alone, your eyes match the weather, raining under pressure. Oh, you say you wanna go, yeah. So let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. she found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running, running back to you. Back to you. Back to long nights can get me feeling lonely. Hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running, running back to you. Back to you. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad.
Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Aura Farm #1. My name is Wolfie Tua. In here with Chris Gino. Gino, this is the start to see who is who in the Rocket League scene here in the RGV. In the 956, things are just heating up here in round #1.
Dude, I'm really excited because having some sort of Rocket League tourney just coming down right straight from the valley. I mean, this is one of the, out of the past 2-3 years, this is one of the first tourneys that is really showing off to RGV what they have, because we're the underdogs out here. Soccer has been in our blood for such a long time. Might as well take it to Rocket League right now.
Well, this is one of those games where I feel, especially in a best of 3, you're really allowing yourself to just get going early. I understand we talk about not knowing players. We've been doing a lot of Project V. We're doing a lot of RLCS, but this is where we might see a little bit of slow play in game #1 to really see what the water looks like and what these two teams are really going to come out with.
Seeing that very slow play and going into each and every single game, and seeing players actually feel each other out, because I know a lot of players, this is going to be the huge meetup for Rocket League in general, because most of them, they're usually just grinding their ranked, they're, just trying to get ranked up, trying to get some sort of, their MMR going, any sort of elo. But this is where, it's under the lights, everybody's looking at you. This is the time to actually perform right now. So I'm really excited to see this.
Well, I think all the players in the lobby, I think it's time for us just to get going into it. And, I'm expecting here in game #1 to really see who's going to come out and take that throne in terms of the best person on stream for Rocket League. And when we look at that, it's one where the bar has not been set here. We don't know what's coming in here. We do see UTRGV playing here tonight. They will be having their college team playing out here. And, they just came in second in the college collegiate conference for Rocket League. So they came out, had a huge game. I was able to commentate that one. I feel it was beatable. So this team played, and Stephen F. Austin came in second place, but they're looking to come in #1 here.
And even then, just UTRGV, being the big university that we have down here, with the game even also starting as we look here, but UTRGV just being such a big university down here, just for us, and the fact that they got second place in that conference, that is going to show, the blood that we're going to have in the water right now, just with every single team.
The two teams right now, Wolfpack Alpha versus SSA, and as much as I always say unbiased Wolfpack, it's kind of in my name, it's kind of in their blood. Meat coming out, first goal gets put on. This one gonna open up the score line here early.
Meek already just taking that game, or not that game, but that goal within 30 seconds. I mean, is this going to be the pace that, Wolfpack really shows off, or is this, everybody's still trying to test each other in the water, or is it already figured out within those 30 seconds?
And, I'm curious on the name here as well. They come in with Godspeed, main logo here being the Wolves, and myself here. So they're playing home favorites here, home crowd, but up 1-0 early. This is where this offense trying to generate some. But this is where we have to see for SSA coming in, coming out. Aspects says, don't you look away. Things are getting interesting here.
Man, Wolfie, you do have to admit, just we came from Project V. You see a lot of teams really try to fill each other out, but already with 1-1 goals, already people are just trying to go for anything right now, just trying to try to get some sort of lead, or just trying to equal it out. I mean, that's just a big aspect of within our farm, instead of just Project V, where we're just really pushing it, really trying to show off what these players can do.
Yeah, seeing what these players can do here. This is where you really have to see how this offense really wants to get going. And, and one thing I'm really seeing, how well they're going to play with the midfield plays here. Allow for yourself to stretch out this defense, put them in uncomfortable spots that they don't know how. But this one, playing the mind games, going underneath, bottom lefties. That's going to get put on.
I mean, Sora going through 2 players trying to play through defense. Sora just does not care. He just went all the way through it. That just shows, Wolfpack just playing, home field, home turf. I mean, Wolfie, we do have to admit, this might be our bias right now.
Home field, home turf for this team, trying to get going early. And, coming into halftime, getting close to it, still a minute and a half till we get to that point. But, I think for Wolfpack, 2 shots on and really showing some good opportunities here. And this is where you have to really look at how well your adaptability and, for some of these players, having to be able to react on the fly in a tournament setting. Sora soaring high, the wings are out and leading this team.
I mean, Sora is just really showing off that, he's going to be the one carrying the pack. He's going to be the one who's going to be carrying this tournament. Is this going to be the team that is really going to show their name for this tourney?
Well, this is where the names are continuing to be sketched in stone, but will they continue to live there forever? We'll have to see who gets their name there first. Good pass here. Meek going to be able to find it. Won't be able to find too much as the possession will just get switched right away. Sora going too quickly. This is going to go for an opportunity. 2 men back. Storming unable to get a hand on it.
I mean, just this defense just going crazy within Wolfpack. I mean, they are just trying to take any sort of lead, that's what they're doing right now with just 3-1. I mean, they're just trying to take that ball onto Orange as much as possible. I mean, this is just them just trying to show, hey, this is the confidence that we have. This is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna take as many shots as possible.
Well, not too much pressure here. You are seeing them right now dominating on the SSA side, but no, it's one where it's just corner possessions. Nothing really too dangerous, something that they're willing to give up, especially since his defense has done such a great job here so far. Yes, giving up 3 goals, but they seem to have buckled down, especially now in the second portion here in game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. Storming puts that mid. That's going to get floated in. We'll take it. Aspects, no boost, and a dream. We'll just get that one a good 50-50, puts it on.
I mean, just wow, just everybody's really trying to show it down, and Storm taking Akemi out for a couple of seconds. Maybe this will be the opportunity that they take. Meek taking the ball already back to Orange. I mean, Wolfpack is just showing, hey, this is our time to shine, that we're taking as much shots as possible, but SSA is really just holding the bunker down every single time.
Well, and one thing as well, you have to really like how even it is in terms of the shot totals for both for the side here for Wolfpack. They've come in here and done a great job of really allowing everyone to shine. I believe equal in terms of shots. The beautiful save there on the defensive side, trying to be able to punish, will not be able to. This is where SSA need to be able to react, but a good clear pass there to Meek there in the midfield will not be able to go. They will just try to reset themselves.
I mean, Lord, just Meek is just showing what he can do. And just the fact that SSA is just hunkering the fort down at this point, every single shot that Wolfpack has been shooting, Aspect just showing, hey, this is our goal, this is our turf, you cannot take any more goals. They are really trying to take this forward and try to equal this out as much as possible.
Equaling out, Sora will just grab a 50. This one, big pressure, a double commit. We'll push this off towards midfield, but time is ticking. 43 to be exact here on the clock, as this one trying to wind down. What have you seen so far that you've liked from Wolfpack that has put them in a position to continue leading here?
Just the fact that when they were first filling each other out, they were already showing, hey, we're going to take as many shots as possible, go as hard, as fast as possible before they even get us figured out. And once they do, that's when you just play pure just shots and try and play pure offensive until the defense for them is just them trying to just follow up over and over and over. I mean, that's just the best way that Wolfpack has been doing it.
Well, final 5 seconds remaining. Game number 1 coming to a close. Will we see one more for the road, or is this one gonna go and hit all zeros? And Gino, game number 1, I would say pretty even on the team side. Wolfpack did a great job. They were the dominant force throughout the entirety, but I like the way we saw SSA come in here and do a good job of just controlling the pace towards the second half of this game. This one gonna go for the boys wearing the SSG decal. That one coming in here. Sora taking that one as the MVP in game number 1. 5 shots, 1 save, and 2 goals. He was all over the pitch here.
I do have to admit, to be honest with you, just the fact that SSA, they kind of equal. When you see like the development within the game, it wasn't just like a. How would I explain it? Just the fact that SSA it wasn't like an actual equal game, or it was an equal game, like towards the end part of that, because even though like Wolfpack really showed like, hey, let's go crazy, let's go get as many goals as possible in the beginning before we get felt out, you saw that they were going back and forth at the end, and like both of them had like a lot of pressure on their own goal. I mean, SSA, they just calmed during the storm, they really just went for it. I mean, just having that great defense just really, really, really did push into it.
Exactly, and the one thing that this team was able to do is it just never really felt that they were on their back heels. Yes, they had that 1 goal scored on them, and I think to SSA, it's one where you're kind of telling yourself, as we will find ourselves coming into a little Christmas mood coming into game number 2.
Right now,
We have a bit of an issue.
what I'm really hoping for to see within these next 2 games, just for the fact that it's like, hey, maybe, or this next game at least, I want to see a little bit more aggression towards with SSA, because SSA really has like their defense down. When they hunker down, they're like, hey, this is our turf, we know what to do. I mean, I think first off and foremost, I mean, the fact that Wolfpack was just doing shot after shot after shot, I mean, the fact that, they stood their ground, they were holding it, I mean, you do have to admit at that point, it's just, when you have that great defense, there's going to be some sort of window where maybe the attacking side might have something a little bit open for them. They might go, put all their, how would you say it?
I'm going to have to just say, we're a little quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back.
I was all alone. And you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers stand lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers stand lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here.
Well, we are back at Mansfield. This one in for game number 2. Gino, we saw an electrifying 3-1 action here to start things off, and this one, it took 7 seconds. Aspect X is the X factor early.
I mean, I was already looking for this type of play, just SSA going like, hey, this is not my time for defense. This is my time for offense. Really shows the aggression that they need.
Well, the aggression, this is how you want to start a game number 2, understanding this is where your tournament lives, at least in the upper bracket. We are double elimination, but you don't want to have to go to that point. But, you know, they had a time to, I would say, almost an unwarranted timeout almost, where they had time to really look things over, have more of a time to have a conversation and saying, hey, boys, this is what we need to come out here and try to fix. We need to be able to have that adaptability early, and that's what we're trying to see. Who's going to be able to make those changes, as this one will just find itself getting pinched right back onto the SSA side. Well, will they be able to get going? This one continue to start off.
I mean, even then, I just think the fact that SSA already got 1 goal and now they could just play pure defense. I mean, you saw their defense on the last game. Both their defenses are so great. I mean, if they just purely play defense, there's gonna be a moment where, yeah, maybe they'll open up, but they are just going crazy already as it is. And all aspect almost just had such a clean goal, but Widening Stone said, hey, this is my opportunity, this is my game. Just him playing third man is just insane and cleaning everything up that is needed. It was almost close to getting out of that goal, but at least, he's at least there to finish it.
Yep, this is where you have to be able to come out here and start games, and more importantly, like you said, finish these games. And I feel for this team right now, SSA, to be able to have a comeback and really show your dominance here, to really get this team right back into contention, back to a 1-1, a long clear. That one from all the way the other side. That's going to go for the 3rd goal. SSA, something has changed, and they're looking super.
I think just that oh my lord, just the timeout that they had to take, and it really did change the mentality of these players. They just had to go just fully what they needed to do. I think the fact that this timeout really did push them to like think about what they need to do, and because if they didn't, I think they would not be able to have this what's it called, this opportunity to really equal the games out here.
And equal the game gonna take a little longer.
Aspect, I mean, SSA, maybe they were just feeling the waters out, maybe giving Wolfpack that mentality of like, hey, maybe you get the first game, but I'm taking the whole set at this point.
Taking the set, this is where this team right now looking to take this whole game, and what a change. And to not really put your head down, that's a type of mentality that really shows yourself apart. When you can go and say, all right, you took us in game 1. We weren't ready for a 3-1 type of action, but now we're right into it. We know what to expect. This team here for SSA, they signed up last minute. And when I say last minute, tournament started at 7, they signed up at 7. So they said, hey, we need to get going quickly, and they needed 1 game, but they're comfortable now.
Just them signing up super late, and they didn't even know who they're going against at all. So the fact that they were just like, hey, let's just do this, let's go crazy. I mean, it shows the skill gap between these players. Maybe I'm just saying this, but SSA might show off tonight, and maybe they, even though RGV took 2nd within the conference, maybe SSA might be a really great just opponent for them.
Okay, well, we're talking about it. When we talk about that 1 seed, these 2 teams, they're going to go to that point, potentially see them in that next round. But for Aspect, this is where the team looking to try to stay right in front of them. You don't want to look too ahead and say, we know who's up in front, but we need to be able to take the boys that are standing right in front of us here.
Man, I really do have to say, just the coordination between both of these teams, there's no any sort of gaps for a good while. I mean, even with last game, but SSA just really did just find those gaps. I mean, me as a player who's a little bit more scrubby, I mean, I don't see any gaps, but these players just have this expertise with this game for such a long time. I mean, it shows the experience of what one player can have.
But one thing I'm liking is how much trust. It's some good communication here. I haven't seen too many double commits where I felt this team was in a position where they felt a little bit too skittish there in game number 1. They've come down. They've been able to trust their teammates a little bit more here. The open net, that one won't be able to see it go by, but Aspect says, thank you for the assist. I'll take that for myself.
I mean, you do have to be honest. During the last game, you saw a lot of double commits from SSA, but now I think just them having a clear head, both of them all going for clear callouts. I think I'm hoping to see what's it called, the callouts after this game with them, because it was a lot of double commits, but now it's just a lot of clean gameplay. I mean, you do have to admit there's no double commits. There's nothing that you need to worry about with each individual player.
No, and you know, right here is where when you're in tournament settings, you have to get used to the nerves under the bright lights. You're not used to having a stream. You're not used to people going out there and analyzing every single move you have out there. But you know, these teams, they were excited for this stream. I think where the pride kind of comes into it, where this team is saying, hey, this is game number 2. It's been a long game number 2. This defense is bunkered down. Their offense has exploded. But now it's going to be, is this team from Wolfpack have the gumption to be able to say, you beat us, you punch us in the face, but we can be able to react and come right back in game number 3 and change the tide.
Just the mentality under the lights too. I mean, a lot of players would have just, you know, sat down and been like, hey, you're the better player, but SSA just going from what, a 3-1 game to 5-0, I mean, or 0-5. I mean, that you do have to admit that's just a crazy turnaround within those 2 games.
This is now where you're looking at game number 3. Once this ball touches the ground, it's now all analytical. This is in this next 60 seconds here for Wolfpack. I'm really looking to see if they're going to just take their time, allow for this entire match counter to go down, or say, hey, we want to ready up quick. We understand what we didn't do right there, and you saw it here. Sora still that number 1 option, 3 shots, but he was playing more the defensive role. The 2 saves for himself, still leading his team, but nobody could get it going. But the assist plays is what opened things up for SSA. 3 assists to their name, coming in with the 5 saves, but Aspects, he's playing like a different level right now.
And I do have to admit, I mean, I would love to see players like Storm, Akemi, and I know Meek did a little bit as well. I want to see a little bit of a turnaround for these players to really show, hey, these are the players that are not just being carried. These are the players that we're going to be depending on. I mean, yeah, you could just be doing assists, but if you're doing all this assists for your main player, I mean, you got to admit that that's just the best way to do it.
And you know, Aspects of one leading in, and I think for Storm, and you know, local, he's part of the Donna North High School Rocket League team over there, and I think this will also be one where you're like, hey, these are my buddies. I feel a little more comfortable here of letting these guys take the reins. Let me play that third man. Let me clean things up. Let me make sure I'm doing my job within a great offensive power like Aspects. Maybe he doesn't need to be that forerunner, but once he gets going, once everything starts to get unlocked, this game is gonna go. I think these players just need to hear that 2 letters.
I mean, yes, just the fact that we have like a very wide range of players, especially with players from high school, players from college, and since this is also open tournament, we also have players that, you know, they're just maybe just doing a 9 to 5. They're coming here really trying to show the grind that what they've been doing. I mean, it is just one of the best ways to show the community that what RGV has to offer for everything that they can do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can they do? And it looks like for UTRG, look at the bracket here. They had a DQ in their match, so they're going to be automatically going to the winners finals. The winner of this game will be playing Superior in the winner semis.
I do have to admit, just the crazy amount of plays that Storm G has to take it all the way through. Maybe he heard through stream, he's like, Chris, I have to show you up now, just on the fact that you just put stains on my name. Now I gotta get that cleansed.
Well, that one is clean as a goal as you can ask for in the first 10 seconds. And you know, the narrative been, if you score first, you've taken a W. Both these teams win the opportunity for themselves to lead early, have been able to hold on to leads throughout their matches. And this one into the back of the net. The Stones on them there for Wilding Stone, able to secure that one.
Just these players just trying to just opened up the defense of Wolfpack. It really just did show, like, hey, you know, these players, we could do some trickery, some hickory here to really just open them up and get all these goals just out the gate. I mean, it's already 30 seconds, 2 goals already on the name, but Akemi responds back with one goal just for Wolfpack, ready for them, just to try to equal out the game at least.
There's not much you can do there. Great job on the first touch, just trying to go and try to take the flick away from him. But, you know, this is where you have to give it up to mechanical play there. Allowed himself to play off the backboard, knew the second man was coming in, and was able to go in and flush it through. This team in the first 30 seconds, we're seeing fireworks already. 3 goals on the score line. 2-1. Can this one stay this way, or will we continue seeing the back of the net continue to get tarnished? That one early will tie it all up.
Man, just Wolfpack really just had a shift of change. I mean, this is just this is really surprising where, you know, we see obvious domination from one game to the next, and now it's just both of them just showing, hey, we've learned each other apart. This is the game that we really time to show everything that we can do.
Well, we needed everyone to say, I will not go down. The competitive integrity for both these two teams, it's been so high, and we're starting to see them really find their way through. Sora, you saw him get the MVP in game 1, and he's shown his face once again here in game number 3.
I mean, Sora is finally getting his games through. I mean, I do have to admit, just the Sora first going as an MVP, as a carry for game 1, but now, you know, everybody's filling each other apart. They're really trying to show. But Storm is like, you know what? If you're the MVP, get out of here for right now. And the Sora just playing great defense already, and just the offense off SSA is just going for it. They're just trying to push as much as possible, but Wolfpack really pushed that defense finally. Thank Lord for them.
Well, Sora showed he was a main character there on the defensive side. What more can you want there from that captain? And, you know, he slots so well. You see his team continue to give him opportunity to shine, but this is where he's going to have to find a way to close this game out. Has been able to do it when the team needed to. This one will be cut on towards mid. A big demo bumping will allow this one to get put on right back onto the orange side. But a quick clearance here, going to neutralize everything.
Even then, just the defense that Wolfpack has. I mean, both teams really had really great defense. Even though it wasn't shown for Wolfpack in last game, sorry to put stand on their name, but it's like, hey, this is what we can do. Both teams could really show, like, hey, we can do defense like crazy. But Lord, Wolfpack having such great offense, but SSA just pushing it back with that defense.
And SSA now coming into the second half of play, they're seeing that time go like a ticking time bomb. You have to score early, but this is where their nerves have to settle down. This is different than a ranked game. This is different than when you're playing scrims. They know what's on the line right now, and that's their upper bracket line. Do not want to get into a position where it's all pressure in the lower bracket. 2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. 1 goal to separate them. This is going to be a shot on. Good 50. Will just go in front of the net. No danger, but this one will continue on for SSA.
And even then, I do have to admit, just everything's under the lights. I mean, this is not just, as you said, any other ranked game. This is time for people to show off what they can do within a bracket. It doesn't matter what rank you are. If you take if you take the win, you take the win. It doesn't matter if you're bronze, silver, gold, whatever what your rank is. It matters who is under the lights tonight and who is really showing off what they can do.
You know, one thing as well, and for all these teams, this is the first time you get to see the talent that's around you here locally. So now you're kind of saying, hey, no matter what happens here, we're going to be starting to find some rivals at the end of this one. As these two teams have been putting up a good contest. Stone trying to get this, will not be able to get the flip, as this one will be cleared off into a corner. Need to get that out quickly, but we'll get Boost Starve there. This has a chance now. Will be cleared on. Kimi trying to get past midfield, but will be able to.
I do have to admit, just seeing the raw talent from the RGV, because, I mean, I do have to admit, just the RGV just having that Rocket League, not having Rocket League be one of the main games that they play, with soccer just being such a big cultural thing down here. I mean, just the fact that Rocket League is not up there right next to soccer, I mean, it's really time to show these players like, hey, Rocket League is where it's at within the RGV, and players just going crazy with, just seeing these back and forth games. One having, first having Wolfpack having that domination right next to SSA, having the next domination within that next game. I mean, this is going to be the time, 30 seconds left on the clock. This is what's going to matter right now. Who is going to be taking this game to go into the next round within U2RGV?
Jimmy will not be able to get much. This one will just be put towards midfield. Final 10 seconds, and all out fluster now towards this orange half. Will it go? Will not. A final chance. Need to keep it up. This one, who will take it? Akimi drops it. Wolfpack Alphas take game number 3 to take the series to continue on to the winner semifinals. But whew, what a match there at the end, Dino.
It was a crazy set. I do have to admit, it was just one team getting getting the other team figured out. I mean, Wolfpack already figuring out SSA in the beginning by showing, domination in the beginning, and just really just saying, hey, this is going to be our game for now, because they took early goals. They first took early goals, then second, it was like playing really great defense. After that, it was just SSA, trying to figure out, the defense that Wolfpack had, and SSA just dominating within that game. I mean, you do have to admit, they seemed like a powerhouse within game 2. Maybe they just had it all figured out within that one break, but maybe that confidence that SSA had just overdone them, and Wolfpack just said, hey, this is our time to shine, and they took that game at last. I mean, I do have to admit, this is that has to be a crazy first set within this tournament bracket.
Well, it certainly was, but this team moves on now. SSA will go down to the lower bracket, but I don't think this is the last time we see this team. I think we might find that rematch against into that winner semifinal. Who knows where this goes? Because I still am saying U2RGV are the fan favorite. Everybody wants to see them in the championship game, but will we be able to get it? They're in the winners finals, so they're as close as you can hope for. But this one not over. Wolfpack versus Superior coming right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Saloon? Where's the saloon?
Salute.
Oh, salute. I'm like, bro, saloon? Fucking, we're gonna be cowboys in here?
What you want me to get like the piano and like?
Ding, 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 ding. I don't even know how to fucking do it. Oh, we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Aura Farm number 1. My name is Comet. You are already acquainted with Gino. And today we're watching our upper with hard something. And what's your name, Gino?
It's hard stuff. It's Superior and Wolfpack Alphas.
Wolfpack Alphas. Already we're starting with Superior trying to go for an offense, but Sora trying to, defend, dribble a little bit, take control of the ball. Now, do you have any idea what what the outcome might be of this game?
For right now, I mean, Wolfpack really did show like, hey, this is our time to shine. This is what we need to do, and during that first game, because SSA really did mess them up during game 2, but Wolfpack responded back with what they needed, and I mean, they showed really great defense. They showed actual like expertise and like knowing when the opportunity is open for them. It really does show and know what they can do. Just as a team within that one game alone, it was just a really great back and forth.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Right now, what I'm seeing is Superior is playing very tightly, while our Hardstuck or whoever they are, Akemi, their player seems he might have DC'd or something. He's playing AFK right now. And Superior landed a shot on the goal by Odoku. I mean, you think that them being one person down might affect them?
I guess Wolfpack is experiencing a couple of technical difficulties, but Kemi is coming back. I mean, you do have to admit, at least for what they had for right now, they really did show like, hey, this is our time to shine. This is what we need to do. I mean, just the level of play, even though they had a disconnected player just
one person down for a long bit. But
Superior lights in Brian
second at 333, which is a good number, just to let y'all know. I mean, that could be a good sign for Superior, or it could be like hold on to belief for Hardstuck. I'm sorry, I can't get their name
right. What we do know for now is that even though Wolfpack may have had a a bit of a rough start, it's not just going to be one game that they play. If this is a full set, this is going to be, first to 2, sorry. So what they can do is just show, even though Akemi was gone, he was DQ'd for a little bit. He was disconnected. He was like, hey. Yes, sir. He's like, hey, look, I may have been gone for maybe a minute or so. But let me bring it back for you at least.
I mean, he's making up for that time he went by, but still Superior with a 1 lead. I mean, their play style is a little awkward. Odoku always going for the shot on the goal, but they still have their other 2 teammates playing very tightly, which leaves them open for defense when trying to shoot. Now, right now, Sora, Kemi, and Meek have already played 1 game. They already have, a good understanding of what their roles should be. Do you think that might give them the upper hand, or do you think that the unknown style of Superior right now might be what might bring their downfall?
I think in the beginning for Wolfpack, especially with the disconnect, it may have messed with them a little bit mentally, but they're on fire. So are already taking a demo. I mean, their hands are warm. They're already ready to go. They've already been cooking, and they're going to be cooking for a little bit more. Yeah, they might not get that break that maybe Superior already had in the beginning, because this is their first game, but they're already ahead in the game, and Akemi already taking another score on top of this.
Dear Lord. I mean, after just a bit, it seems like they have full ball control, always keeping it on Orange's Superior side. Honestly, I have a feeling that Hard Wolf or Wolf Hard, I am sorry for butchering their name so much, might honestly just bring everything back and possibly 4-2 them. 4-2 Superior here.
even then, I do have to admit, just the Wolfpack is just bringing this back. I mean, they were, they were just at such a disadvantage, but maybe, the fact that they've been playing for such a long time already, I mean, they've been playing for 3 games straight already, and the fact that they already haven't been playing for that much, or just been playing for that long compared to Superior, I do have to admit, they already have what they know and what they need to do, and the fact that they're already feeling them out because Superior got a couple goals while Kemi was gone. They don't know the mindset of these players yet. They're still trying to figure it out, and Wolfpack is already making those calls because they are already in there with all 3 players.
Yeah, their brains are already active. They're already learning off each other, leaning off each other, switching up their roles. And honestly, it looks a little bit like Superior's messing up because Instincts is always going off on his own, trying to pick up a bit of a boost, try to get some more shots in the goal, steal the ball away from them. But, it seems like it's switched. Wolfhard are now playing very tightly, but Instincts with a demo, which is why he was grabbing those boosts. It seems like Wolfhard's playing tightly, trying to gain control of the ball, keep control, and keep every other player away from it. But they're not trying to hit any shots onto the goal. They're just trying to mess with Superior here. So, honestly, I don't know what their play might be here. You think you have an idea?
Maybe they're just messing with Superior mentally. I mean, Wolfpack has really did show, hey, we did bring it back, and then they're just playing really great offense. Whenever they have to rotate back, they're not like, scrambling to come back. They mess them up on offense just so they could recover really nicely within defense, having really great routing, always trying to have some sort of boosts, already challenging the ball when they need to. They already have what they need in the mindset for this game.
Going into overtime, honestly, I think that might have been a bad play for them, messing them around, because all they need now, all Superior needs is just one shot when, Wolfhard could have easily just gotten, a lead and let time run out. I have a feeling here that, like you said, they were messing around too much, and Superior gets a shot. Like you were saying,
I mean, I do have to admit, just Superior, I was really surprised that Superior took this goal in the beginning, already off the gate. Maybe it was just the fact that Wolfpack didn't, they were scrambling a little bit because they usually always had the ball on their side, but Superior, light skin Brian, it showed what moves that he could do, and he said, hey, this is our game to shine. Yeah, we saw you playing, we already got you figured out. They already did what they needed to do, and they're gonna push forward with it.
Yeah, obviously they just immediately took the mess up with the Kemi, how he DQ'd. They knew that they had to get an analysis. Sorry, my part of my French. They knew they had to get an analysis on these guys. But, towards the middle, it seemed like Wolfpack pulled in. They said, hey, we gotta work on this. We gotta be better. We gotta work off each other. But they just couldn't. They couldn't deal with it. They couldn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe that DQ really messed them over. It could have messed with their brainwaves. Could have messed with a lot of things.
It might have in the first place, but I mean, you saw Wolfpack. They bring it back, and Akemi taking 2 goals after being gone. I mean, he was already fired up off that unfortunate disconnect. So maybe Akemi just going for it is going to be. But game 2 is about to kick off right now. And what are you trying to expect to see within these games? Comment.
I want hard pack, wolf pack. I am so sorry for messing up the names so often. I want to see them win a little more. I want to see them, because I saw the previous game. I saw them get those good shots, get that lead and everything, and I want to see them win a little more. But Superior is just proving to me that they know what they're doing. They want to perform well. They want to win these games. So honestly, I think both teams have a good outlook, and obviously you can root for either one. But I just like the color blue, so I'm gonna go for hard pack, and they're proving me right here, Gino.
And Meek taking the goal already. Wolfpack has shown what it is that they are standing for. They have really great offense, just going for it every single time. They, Superior has to play a little bit more back. They are playing to scramble. You saw for the past like maybe 20 to 30 seconds of just gameplay. It was just Superior scrambling on the offense that Wolfpack has just been laying down for them, and it's just so unfortunate of what's going to be happening for, for Superior. They just have to change up this tempo, maybe something, but right now the ball is just permanently being stuck in Wolfpack's side, but they finally responded a wave with great defense. Oh my lord, I do have to admit, it was crazy, but Meek responding it back with great defense. Maybe having great defense is just your best offense. Just all that coming back was
honestly,
just
from
insane.
what I'm seeing here, is, what's it called? I was looking at the player stances where everyone was being, and it seems like Superior is trying to put a bit more of a focus on defense, higher defense, because they have two people while only one's on the ball, even though the ball is on Hardpack's side. So I think their mindset might be a little wonky right now, because Lightskin and Instincts are playing defense all the way through, but Akemi, Sora, and Meek are playing tightly. So with that two-player defense but only one-player offense, something's a little wonky here. I have a feeling that that one win might have gone to their heads a little bit. But I do want to see Sora make some more shots like he did in the first match.
And even then, I'm just watching Wolfpack as their offense goes along. Sometimes it'll be off camera, but just seeing these rotations going back to grab boost, going back in, because one player for them is just a big detriment for Superior. But Superior responds back. Brian again going for just these crazy offense opportunities for them. Just a wide open goal ready for him, just for him to take.
Are these opportunities or are they setup shots? Because what I saw, they had two players at both sides of the rim, and then Brian came in for the shot. You think they could be playing ahead? You think they could have let them get 2 points so their mentality could be messed up? Because it's looking like that to me right now.
Maybe, but you do have to admit, just you saw the force that Akemi is just alone, even with a detriment as a disconnect, just bringing their team all the way back up. I mean, Superior has to just keep on just playing back with all three of them sitting on defense, and every single Wolfpack player just taking one shot every single time. So it's what they have in offense is crazy. That Wolfpack is just it's what they're selling. It's their trade deal at this point.
Yeah, offense, honestly. And I think I've been watching Superior's, overall layout. They started playing less offense, or not offense, sorry, less defense, less people near the goal, and started pushing the ball more closely, having a diamond play like I've seen before, where they just focus the ball in this little, angle, to where they always have a shot on the goal, and Instincts getting a pass from Adoku is amazing to me.
Man, I do have to admit, Superior after this past game, maybe they're starting to really show, hey, this is the opportunities that we're going to be making. This is the shots that we got to take. I mean, after Wolfpack laying down the offense that they have, maybe the offense that they have for Wolfpack going back into deep. But for now, it's Superior is just playing for offense really hard, but not the offense, but their defense is just crazy.
Honestly, they seem really versatile. While Wolfpack has honestly just constantly been on offense, but I barely see them play in defense. Like, they're getting a couple dodges, a couple saves, but Superior has been versatile this whole match. They had a little bit of a wonky start at the beginning, but they honestly fixed themselves. Now, oh my god.
Doku, each player already having a goal right on it, and just Doku just having that beautiful fly just to pass it, just put it just slowly into the goal. I mean, that was just
embarrassing.
That was just beautiful.
It was amazing. I mean, having all three players there trying to save the ball and still messing up. Wait, is it? Oh, okay, sorry. It looked like another shot. Anyways,
But yeah, no, Superior just having just a really great tempo change every single time. Defense was, I thought that was just their selling point, but having that versatility, just switching from offense to hardcore defense that Wolfpack is sometimes struggling to do. Because at first I thought Superior was just struggling with 3 players always on the goal trying to play defense, but maybe this is what they wanted for them to think. Just
Honestly,
always someone ready for the ball.
it was like last match because honestly, these boys here, they played out a little wonky at first, but they gained their control, and I think Superior might. Oh no, we're going into overtime, Gino.
Oh my lord, Akemi just showing it off again. Like, hey, look, maybe the disconnect that they had. I mean, I know I'm talking about it a lot, but like, maybe that just changed Akemi's mentality.
Outview, yeah, honestly, and there we are. Now let's see which team can get that one special shot that they need. Who do you think is going to get this? Because obviously, playing in overtime and playing an actual match is completely different.
I mean, I do have to say, I mean, Akemi really did show just prowess within these last couple games, but Superior, just all of them in general, I mean, they're all just really great players that really just make people struggle really hard. I mean, having Wolfpack just struggle within their defense is something that is just crazy to me for the first part.
From what I've seen right here, and Wolf hard pack something. They have just won this round right here. Round match. I honestly don't understand anymore. Gino.
I'm here with the crystal ball, just sitting here. Maybe I just talked to Kemi to be, but Akemi just showed off what they can do, and I do have to admit, at this point, it's insane. Superior taking game 1, Wolfpack taking game 2. I mean, this is everybody's time to shine already, and just the fact it's going to game again. Wolfpack, first taking it with SSA, taking it to game 3. We saw how Wolfpack first almost dominated during that first game into the second game with SSA. Now it's back to game 3. So Wolfpack is really showing, even though they have I guess you could say this weird I don't know, this weird vitality that they have, because they're playing for such a long time, and the fact that they're taking these games and almost taking sets. I mean, they've been playing for what, almost 30 minutes straight, where it's just nothing but just pure just Rocket League, pure just knowing what to do, trying to think what the other team is going to be doing. But
You are entirely right, Gino, and we are already 10 seconds into the next and last game of this match. What do you think is going to happen? Because Superior, obviously, they start off a little rough at the beginning, but they pull in towards the end. But Wolfpack has also been proving themselves that, hey, we may win one, we may lose one, but we will always win the last one. Do you think they might do the same thing here, or do you think Superior might get the upper hand?
I do have to admit, just watching Wolfpack go from a very offense heavy team to a very just a team that just knows when to break you within just each game. I mean, yeah, maybe they took a detrimental loss here and there, but did that really stop them? It hasn't stopped them for such a long time, which is insane.
Sora seems to be playing a little more defensive here, but still trying to command and take shots and set up angles. But, I mean, it seems like all their playstyles have really changed. No one's really sticking for defense. No one's really sticking for offense. They're just trying to play tightly within each other. That might mess both teams up, or that might be better for both teams. But I really want to see Superior, command the playing field more, because they just lost a match. They just lost a match after winning. That has to mess with their mentality. So I want to see them, maybe go for a couple, saves, or go for some shots on the goal. I don't know. Maybe something good might happen here. Maybe something might not. I'm hoping for the best. Even
then, when we're looking through the game right now, just just pure defense from Wolfpack. Superior has just been putting all the pressure that they could put onto the ball onto blue side, and nothing has been giving an opportunity for maybe Sora or Kemi to get those great shots. Every single time, it's always one or another Superior player is just right there on the ball, but Akemi already taking away from way off defense. Now it's time for them to shine with their offense.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, it is Wolfpack is trying to find a space in between and Adoku just got another shot off. Superior has the first shot on the goal of this game.
I do have to admit, Adoku has been an unsung hero within the stream.
Honestly,
he has been
constantly getting shots on the goal.
He is constantly just showing any sort of just his gameplay alone. I mean, we haven't even mentioned him. He's just the unsung hero. He's there to play really great defense, and when you're playing, when you're playing your own defense against Adoku, you don't think about him until he hits you, and that's what just hits hard right in the heart. And that's the type of player that Adoku is right now.
And he's trying to get another one, but he's deflected by Sora and Akemi. Now what I want to see and what I've been seeing is Sora's been trying to set up a lot of these shots for Akemi and Meek to get into the goal. But Akemi and Meek are really lacking. They're not getting enough boost. They're not being able to push hard enough. And Superior has been picking up on that, and they are constantly, not contacting, but tackling Sora. Make sure you can't get these shots off. Can't handle everything. So Superior might have a good play in their hands, constantly, looking at him, keeping him away. But if Hardpack or Wolfpack, if Akemi and Meek see this happen, they can switch up their play entirely and really mess over Superior here.
Even then, I do have just looking at the gameplay right now. Just Wolfpack always not having enough boost to really push away off from their defense. Maybe it's all them just committing to defense every single time, that they're always flying up to the ball, always trying to challenge it to get it away from them. But Wolfpack just pushing it hard away from it. I mean, you do have to admit, 4 minutes and just only one goal. I mean, does that show either Superior just whittling down with their offense, or does that show Wolfpack's defense, just the way that they convert off from offense every single time to just pure defense? Maybe they made one mistake to get that goal, but it does show. I mean, and they just need just one goal here, and they can equal things out. 30 seconds are on the clock right now.
And still only one goal. From what I've been seeing, Superior really picked up on the way that Sora, Akemi, and Meek have been playing. Because they're constantly, tackling Sora, they're constantly keeping away. And when they got that first shot off, they just went straight to defense, completely ruining Wolfpack's, overall play style. And I think Wolfpack just never picked up on that. They kept trying to play the same way. So they're just bouncing around, dribbling, passing between each other, keeping it off their hands. And Superior, wait, hold on.
Keep that ball up, keep the ball up.
And Superior takes this match. Absolutely wonderful, 2-1. I mean, it was a hard game. It was a hard game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was pretty hard, to be honest with you. And Superior is going to be going up through the bracket, and they are going to be going against UTRGV. As we also mentioned, is UTRGV has already shown that, for one, they were the ones that already went to a recent conference. They already took second place. Maybe it's their time to take another win against Superior. Wolfpack is going to be going down into the lower bracket and going to be showing off what they can do. But what are you expecting to see with Superior within these next few games?
Honestly, I mean, like you said, they're going against UTRGV, right?
Yes.
Yes, having already gone to a conference, having already had great experience, I mean, Superior, they're very messy. They're very messy. You can see this already. They've been going left and right, winning, losing, 1-1. But, I honestly think that UTRGV already having the experience, already having, the pro field might honestly just, take this, sweep it out from under them. But, like we saw, Superior is able to adapt very quickly. Very, very quickly. Their ego can get in the way for a second. but they're able to adapt. So honestly, I'm not too sure. But with UTRGV and experience, you know, it's more like 60-30. 30% Superior would win, 60% you know, UTRGV wins. That little extra 10%, that's a tie. You know, who knows?
And this will be my first time watching UTRGV play tonight, but we're gonna be going on break. Maybe UTRGV is gonna be showing what they can do within this next game. Maybe it will be able to see Superior toppled with UTRGV reigning on top, or maybe a giant upset with Superior. But we will be going to break. All right, just have your drinks, have your popcorn ready. This is gonna be a game that you want to see.
And honestly, do it well. Just kidding.
I was all alone. And you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I saw you all alone. Your eyes match the weather, raining under pressure. Oh, you say you wanna go, yeah. So let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers stand lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here.
Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen, the winter finals. We have been seeing electric matchups, but now the team that calls themselves UTRGV finds themselves on the main stage here on stream, Alistar. It's about to get going right now.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Both these teams doing their best and working really hard. Many hours put into the team communication and team bonding to prove that they are the best and making it to these winter finals.
Well, you know, for UTRGV, this is a team that I'm interested to see how they're going to get going. Have not had a game here today. 2 DQs. I think those two teams, they saw that and they're thinking, we don't want to deal with the Vaqueros here today. We don't have to go against Red Esports and say, hey, well, we're going to play against some of the Valley's best. But 5 minutes of best of 5 here in game number 1. All the action here for us on display.
And as we can see here, a powerful hit from Lightskin, but answered back by Mimics. Going in, trying to get it off their end of the field, and there seems to be an open goal so far, but Big B is there to answer and defend.
Yeah, and a good defense here early on. You're going to have to see how well the offense here for UTRGV. I'm looking for some potency, and you know, the Rising Drift, I had a chance to play some twos with him before this, and that's a man who can carry a team to greatness, and I'm looking for him to have a really big night. But you know, this is where you're really going to have to see who makes their name out here first for the Vaqueros.
Well, as you can see, both are answering really hard. He attempted a pinch there on the field, but didn't quite manage to get it. Stealing the boost, trying to get it center field, and hits it straight up. Vmix with the aerial, but Instinct answering right back.
And Vmix trying to see if he can get a pass there. Midfield, the Rising Drift can't rise there. That one's going to go right back to the opposition end. We'll be able to take this right away. 40 boost, trying to see if he can sign up a teammate, but a good job there on the defensive side just to push it off.
Drift hitting it right there. Seems to be an open goal, but Odoko hitting the back. Vmix answering. Now it's midfield. Trying to see if either side can get some form of leverage here to find an opening. Both just feeling each other out.
And I think that's the right move here. In a best of 5, the game number 1 isn't as important as it was back in those best of 3 series. You have more time to really get yourself adjusted, see what the game plan is going to be. But that one, no booster for Odoku. Going to have to try to see what he can get with so little. As Bilby trying to go up, will get this one taken right away for him. Vmix can't get the touch, leaving it towards mid, and no one from UTRGV able to take that shot.
And as we can see, Orange trying to hit it back. Lightskin trying to go for the aerial, but his teammate right there. Vmix hitting it center field, but Lightskin answering back, hitting that out the field and towards Orange. Now we got a stationary ball. Both are just constantly fighting for a battle over this and trying to find control here. Hitting it off the back end, but everyone misses. We have a whiff.
Oh yeah, that's an unfortunate miss there on the aerial. You're going to have to look for UTRGV to try to buckle on in, but like I said, they haven't had a game yet. They may have been in free play, they may have been doing some ranked games, but Vmix mixes in the first goal. Coming in close to halftime, UTRGV puts a number 1 on the board.
Yeah, we can see. Now we need to know how the other team is going to answer back. We have a kickoff right here, trying to see which side of the field it goes on to. And just midfield.
This is where you find yourself now with some confidence. How big is it in your first game to be the first to score, but an own goal? Lightskin Brian able to light up the scoreboard.
Not even 10 seconds into the match, and we already see a hard answer back. Lightskin saw that goal and said he wasn't taking it, but he'll be hitting it back in for that confirm.
Oh, and that's one for UTRGV. You're hoping to hold on to that lead for just a little bit longer, but you know, right back now to an even ball game, getting close to halftime. UTRGV looking to try to take this lead right back, but this is where I'm needing the assist to come right back in here. I am noticing a couple key members missing for UTRGV. One person in particular is Lettuce. That's a man who I was excited to see play. They may be holding him in the backside, but that one in the front way, Odoku gets the second goal on here.
Unfortunately there, we saw that they didn't have enough boost. Vmix trying to defend, but no boost. Couldn't get high enough. Taking advantage of that and going for the corner.
Oh, and that's one where you're hoping to really see if UTRGV could have been the team to really take that first goal right after the equalizer. Looking to turn right back in, but this is where a team that needed some time to get warmed up. They're taking that in stride, but at least it's the best of 5, but that's going to go for goal number 3.
And that was an amazing layup there. Instinct hitting it into that corner to hit it towards the center of the field. and leaving an open goal, no one ready to defend.
Oh, and this is now for UTRGV, 2 goals down with 2 minutes and 5 seconds. You need to get something going right off the kickoff. Do not allow yourself to wait. This goal has to come in early. Big beat down, Big beat in, down 1 for a 3-2 score line.
These teams are really not letting up. Both are answering back. UTRGV will not be taking that line down and going for an easy corner shot off the rim.
Ooh, this team, they said, give us a second. We're cooking. We just needed to prep a little bit. UTRGV, that's a type of goal that brings in confidence. A good demo will just reset him back onto the orange half. UTRGV now need to play some great defense, but Superior, this team has come to play, and they're showing they are not a threat to continue to sleep on.
Yeah, as you can see, UTRGV answering strong, making sure that they don't get another goal lead. They do have to even it out, keeping it high onto the roof of the match. Trying to see if they can find an opening, but no, they're there straight to defend. Not enough boost to follow up and not enough speed, but we do have a demo coming out.
And this is where you're seeing some of the communication here for UTRGV. That's one where I would have loved for them to just be a little bit more apart there near the goal line. Could have had a chance, but this is where now this offense needs to find a way to get a counterattack. Allow yourself to see this team catch their way up right back on the opposite end, hurt them with that aggression, and see yourself equalize it now.
As we can see, everyone seems to be positioning themselves very well to hit it off those corner shots, making sure that each team has proper control of the ball. But we do have an open field, but Instincts coming in with that flip, being able to make that save. And we have VMix with a whiff, but Bilby answers back and hits the goal in. What a play.
Don't even say I was with. He was faking. That was a big brain play there. We'll give him the credit for it. That is going to equal things all up. A 3-3 ball game. 43 seconds remaining here.
And we can see advantage already on Orange, hitting it back. We have an open field. VMix going in, hitting it off the backboard. Does someone have a follow-up? VMix, but Intrinsic hits it out with the save.
Oh, that one was UTRGV's goal for themselves. Continue working. They have done a great job of allowing this game to work in progression. This is a team that is playing a great 5 minutes. They're knowing how to close this game out. Let's see if they can get the goal to do it.
We do have a high ball here, trying to get it out from the corner. Rising Drift trying to contest, but we do have a bounce off the wall. Do we go into overtime? 7 seconds left.
Oh, my heart can't take any more, Alistar. These two teams have been giving us a show. Overtime, game number 1. Will it come? Will it go? That one, no! It couldn't
So
go!
close. Oh, and we're going into overtime. That had to be disappointing. Oh, not
man,
enough boost left.
The Rocket League God said we're going to overtime. I don't care what type of goal you bring it, but for UTRGV, that's one where you have to say, we have to go next. Don't let it ruin the mentality. Just say, we go the next one.
20 seconds into overtime. We have an open goal, but Bilby hits it out of the way. Intrinsic's trying to get it back centered. We have a lift. Oh, and our own team hit, but it doesn't matter. Trying to get out of the corner, but Intrinsic not letting up.
And that's where, you know, where the pressure starts to get into the mental. And in an overtime situation, we said it earlier in the broadcast, this is not like a ranked match. This is not like a regular scrim. This is a tournament where money's on the line. These two teams trying to put themselves into the money, and that's for the grand finals. Bilby can't get much. We'll try to go for the boost off in the corner. We'll be able to. It's just going to go for a long clear here.
Oh, do we have a touch? Brian hitting it out. Will be there to answer, but not enough. Oh, do we have a follow-up? Intrinsic, but it goes off the rim. Odoku answering back. VMix hitting it towards the center of the field. We have an open goal and a follow through. No, Light Skin hitting it out. Both teams just hitting it back and forth. No one has proper control of the ball. But we have an open shot, but they're there to defend.
This overtime, you're starting to see it get into the wee hours. 1 minute, 30 seconds of Rocket League here, of extra time. Good 50. This is going to bounce towards midfield. Will it go? Crossbar down. That's going to end it here. 4-3. Superior able to keep up the namesake.
Yeah, as you can see, both these teams really have been neck and neck this game. I haven't seen this this intense of a gameplay till this game right here.
That right there is one where now your eyes are open. For UTRGV, this team is readying up quickly. They're not taking any time. They're saying, hey, we're gonna go now. We do not want to allow ourselves to just sit on this loss. The next 5 minutes, look for them to come out quick. But Superior, the defense did a heck of a job of making UTRGV uncomfortable on the offensive end, where UTRGV, they couldn't find ways to pass that midline and get counterattacked as well as they did. There was a point where an open net happened, wasn't able to connect, but this is where you need to make the difference.
Yeah, both teams really playing off their strengths to each other, knowing their roles perfectly and playing into the mode, fitting perfectly like a puzzle.
You talk about that puzzle piece, and right now you're seeing Bliggly and Vmix do a great job of getting in there. But the Rising Drift, I'm looking for him to really step up in this next game. He played a lot of cleanup, in my opinion. Did a great job of really filling in the rotation, allowing himself to make the opposition uncomfortable. But look for 2 goals for him next game and an assist to his name. I feel that's what he's going to come out with. But we'll see who really changed the narrative here for the Vaqueros. But the Superior, they're looking good, and they're looking to make it through the uppers to go into the next round.
Yeah, as we can see, will they answer back or not? We really want to see this team coordination in play. Now that the first game has gone through, we will be able to see, will UTRGV be able to adapt in the next game, or will Superior still have that edge on them?
I think this is where UTRGV is going to have to show early that they've made the right adjustments. They can't go to a point where they go to halftime like last time and really made it interesting. Keep this team down, make sure it's a dominant win, and allow yourself to go into game number 3 1-1.
As we can see here, ball already going up into the ceiling. Bilby trying to answer that, but Odoku hitting it first. On blue side, Bilby having a shot, boops him out of the way, but not enough. Oh, but we do have an answer from VMix going in, seeing that open goal and taking the opportunity, threading the needle between the two.
Oh, you can talk about threading the needle. That man has put on an entire jacket for what he's been able to do today. He has just continued to show on the offensive end. Look for him to continue that narrative, but this is where UTRGV, we said they need to get an early first goal. They did it, but job's not done. You need to be able to hold on to this lead. You gave it up in a couple seconds last game. See if that changes.
As we can see here, taking early, UTRGV not letting up that goal lead, really trying to take control here and make sure that Superior doesn't have a point of contention against them. But it doesn't seem to matter. Intrinsic contesting them with that aerial. And he's just going towards center.
VMix puts it on. Dash won't be able to go. Trying to get there quickly. VMix won't be able to get boost. If he was able to grab that, that could have been the difference there for UTRGV to go right back on the offensive. This team right now trying to set themselves right back up. Rising Drift for a 50. We'll just put it softly onto the blue half.
Yeah, VMix seeing an opening, trying to get it set up for his teammates, offering, but does miss the touch. And that costs them, hitting it back towards the center field.
And right now, for Superior, you're seeing the offense kind of stagnate a bit. They got caught out. Bixby trying to put it on. Instinct's able to get there in time. Trying to continue this right back onto Superior's half. VMix, one man to beat. We'll just have this one lofting towards midfield.
Odoku trying to hit it towards the corner. Not really, but Bilby answering back, taking it across the field, not letting it opening, hitting it right off the wall, sees the open goal, but Odoku there to defend.
Oh, what a shot there. You're seeing the defense from Superior continue locking up when they need to. This one goal, it's a huge margin the way it's been for the defensive sides. But an open net, UTRGV can't get back. That's going to equalize it. 1-1, 3-0-4. These two teams have been duking it out, and we're right back to level.
Yeah, as you can see here, you said that, answering back. And I do love that the teams here making proper rotations, making perfect use of their boosts, and constantly playing off each other very well to ensure that their defense and their offense are both well-rounded. Already an open net, but Intrinsic not letting that happen.
This is where a double commit from UTRGV. We haven't seen it too much, but that's in a moment where you can't allow the Spruce to start coming on loose. Good touch, Will, and just half flying drift. Being able to not be able to get to that one. Will go off for a quick clear here, but will not see itself going anywhere for UTRGV, but a good save in the corner.
We have Drift trying to get control of the ball, but we do have a boot. Doku hitting it towards the corner. It's going high. Does anyone have anything to answer it? Building with the last of his moves being able to hit it out, but it's not enough to get it off their end of the field. Lights can get him for a layup, but no one's there to follow up.
That's one where you need that second man to be able to push that through. And you know, the solo plays have not been working. We've been asking for the assist to start really showing itself to be the main factor for both these two squads. We'll see how it continues to develop, but a good 50 win there. That's going to put it on to the RGV side. Needing to get out of here quickly. Drift won't be able to get it. Light Skin Brian will not be able to see the goal. Beautiful save there in the wee seconds.
Doku, he's going high, hitting it off the back, but doesn't manage to get the hit. Oh, and here we go. Hitting it off center field. Will be there. Open net? No, not enough.
Not enough, but this is where someone has to answer the phone. But who is calling? We'll see in a couple minutes. A minute and a half left here in game number 2. UTRGV trying to get themselves a quick win. This one will not see it. Too slow on the offensive end, but that could have been a chance, but at least allow some pressure.
And we're going over here, going high. Will be there to answer, but he does get the touch. Hits it back center. Going right here, and as you said, going for that call, and does it, it hits, and it's so close, but VMix hits it right in, following through and not letting up. Seeing the opportunity and taking it full force.
Oh, what more do you want, VMix, when you needed someone to get it going? He knows what it means. V is the start of his name, but he wants a W here in game 2.
There you go. Will be taking early control of the ball, gathering that corner boost, playing it, dribbling it, and taking it towards their end.
This is where you're starting to see Superior. For the last 50 seconds, you knew that they know how to make a comeback. They did it in the last game. They were able to withhold it. But can they find a way to do it again? Light Skin Brian says I'm him, has the fatality skin and saying I'm Zen.
Yeah, we have that equalizing score right there. 42 seconds left in the match. Now this really does come down to one more goal, or will we hit overtime in these next few seconds?
UTRGV cannot lose this game. It's a best of 5. They lose this, now they're down 2 games and go to match point. They don't want to be put into a position where now you have to go out here and do a reverse sweep. Is it possible? Have we seen it done? Yes, but you don't want to put yourself in that type of position. You need to get back quickly. Ligsby will be able to get the save. Not out of the woodworks yet as Superior continue to put on pressure.
Yeah, UTRGV trying to find that opening, and they seem to found it. Still on the opposite end, Superior now trying to answer back. 10 seconds left on the clock. Will they manage to make this?
They have to. Overtime in the midst. 1 second remaining. Will we go there for a second time today? Yes, we will. Welcome in.
We have that overtime goal. One more to win. And a stale ball in the middle. And an instant goal. 3 seconds on the clock in. What a play.
Wow. It just seemed that their Audico just went for an uncommon kickoff there. And may have just tried to be a little too creative in a moment, but it's a game where you are able to lose knowing that, hey, at least now we're tied, but what a job there from UTRGV. Did not let this one hang around at all.
Yeah, that has to be a disappointing kickoff. The ball just standing there, no momentum at all, just leaving it open.
That's one of those goals where as a team, scratching your head and saying, how did we let that happen at the start of overtime? But UTRGV, they could say we shouldn't have lost that last game if it wasn't for the ball not being counted there at the goal line with 0 seconds left. We're now back to even. This is now essentially a best of 3 here. This next game puts them at match point, and now all the marbles are on the table.
Yeah, and now we do have the teams going to the next round. We'll see them soon and see truly who wins.
So looking at this last game, I'm loving the way VMix came in. You know, I was looking for an assist from Rising Drift. I said look for 2 goals and 1 assist. He came in with 1 goal, 1 assist. I'm gonna count that a W in my book. But you know, I'm liking the way they're starting to spread it out a little bit. But you know, I need them to see him start spreading the ball out a little bit more. It just seems they're a little too linear. Find ways to utilize the empty space that the defense is getting you to allow yourselves to start hitting your teammates for some easier transitions up the field. But you know, in game number 3, a lot of time to process. We'll see what these 2 teams have come up with, the creativity to continue to go through. But what are you hoping to see change here for Superior in game 3?
Well, Superior does seem to have the upper edge in defense. They've always made great returns and great rotations between each other to ensure that they don't get gold on. But I would like to see some offensive plays here, and I want to see some commits. I want to see them going for that ball and truly trying to hit it in with full force.
Yeah, and you know, this is where the power, you've seen some lackluster shots coming through, and it's just because UTRGV has done a great job of being able to get a car in the face where, you know, the flip resets that we continue to see off the wall haven't been there. Continue trying to find offensive stuff off the backboard for Superior. It's just, it has not seen itself coming out of fruition, and the backboard defense from UTRGV has done a great job. But right now, game number 3, I'm curious to see what happens if we do see maybe a card change here. We see some players taking off, but no, I don't mind that right now. I don't mind them trying to say, hey, maybe I need a little something to make me a little bit more comfortable, but well, I'm looking for a big change from Superior. One thing could be it. Maybe the demo play, allow for that first man, get that first assist, take that last man out there for UTRGV and open up the score line. But no, this is different when you don't have a coach. In your opinion, how big is it having a coach there? UTRGV has had one in the past. I don't believe they have one here tonight, but you know, does that change your game plan at all, especially when you're trying to be different in your tactical strategies?
Well, I'd say having a coach is one of the most essential parts of any esports, no matter what the game. Coaches are there to analyze opponents' gameplay and to create plans. Without a coach, you miss a vital and crucial part of the esports scene. Without a coach, you won't be able to have someone looking at it from an outside perspective with an objective viewpoint. And here we go, the game's starting.
Well, 5 minutes here. The most important game out of this series. This puts the lead on the table. Great save there. UTRGV looking for the first goal once again. And you know, they got it quickly back in that last game. I know they don't want to waste too much time, but it does seem we have Brock in the building coming in for Rising Drift. So a small sub change here for UTRGV.
Yeah, and look, we're really here trying to answer back. We do have a whiff there coming in from Ryan. Need an open goal. Brock.
You know, Brock's an interesting play here. I want to see what he can come in here. Is over 2K as that's going to go an own goal. Brock gets this one. The Jedi mind tricks to see that one go through.
Yeah, Brock instantly answering back the own goal. Truly a disappointing moment there, but it does happen even in the most professional of scenes.
Professional scenes, professional stages, and this one as big as you can hope for to start things off here for Rio Grande Valley. As Instincts trying to move this one down. Not much boost here. 5 in a dream. We'll try to see if he can pass off for a teammate. And nothing to come away with.
Brock is taking it, doing some fancy maneuvers here, but it's not enough. Will be hitting it up, having control, but hits it off of him. Going back to UTRGB's side of the field, but he gets it out of there.
And for Brock, that last attack is so keen to the solo plays. If he had a couple more, just at least add more, 12 boosts, I think he was able to use that flip reset well. May have not gotten it how he was hoping to, but you know, this is where his offense hasn't really shined too much, but they still seen him get a goal here off an own goal. UTRGV in a good position. We'll see how this one continues out. Superior needing to get a goal here quickly.
Yeah, and as you can see here, each team running out of boost really quickly, making sure that boost economy is well on your side and denying boost to the enemy team is essential in making sure you have enough offensive and defensive utility in your arsenal.
Looks we will be able to catch. Good job clearing this one out. Instincts we'll see him just trying to rotate on back as this time for Superior. The defense has been able to stay clean so far, but them needing to try to find him out. And one thing for UTRGV, you brought it up earlier, the lack of boost that they've been able to come in. That's due to how well Superior has been on the pathing. But VMix said, doesn't matter how well you path, this one's going in your net. A little 1-2 back to 1.
Yeah, and that will be 2-goal lead for UTRGV. Let's see how the kickoff plays for either team here.
I don't know. I think UTRGV, with the sub coming in with Brock, they just look like a whole new team offensively. He has been able to really get the keys and unlock the two players. That is Bliggly and VMix. I'm not saying Racing Drift anything there, but wow, Brock has come in and been an X factor here quickly.
Yeah, having an easy team swap right there really does change the dynamic. And Brock with another score, showing that he isn't just a sub, he's the MVP of this match.
Oh man, he's gonna be the Turbo Pulsar of this match. A super sub for all the Rocket League fanatics out there. That right there gonna put him up 3-0. Well, this is now starting to look like a bit of a runaway. UTRGV, they're comfortable, but this is where confidence may be the downfall. You don't want to start just looking ahead too quickly here.
Yeah, you don't want to set your eyes too high. Stay focused. UTRGV, I think that swap really did a number for their team and giving them the edge here, changing their gameplay and style so it keeps Superior on their toes, not being able to predict them.
And this creativity, the Rocket League IQ from UTRGV has gone up a tenfold. Light Skin Brian will find a way to get this one on, but not much offensive attack. VMix low on boost, good 50, trying to get to it quickly, but will not be able to get there. A small miss turns into a huge loss of what could have been a goal.
And they'll be hitting those aerials, but getting demoed for it, getting it onto Superior side of the field. Will they be able to have enough boost to get it out of here? Let's see what they'll be answering back right after being demoed with a shot on goal, but the defense from Superior denying that lead.
Denying leads and continue to deny any satisfaction. Superior continue going at 0 and not being able to take their monkey off the back. And that's the most frustrating part, is when you're such a good offensive team, to be shut down like this, you have to find a way to not get into your mental to where you're starting to say, hey, it's fine. We have to find a way to just shake it off and say we have to have a championship mentality from here on out. And we don't have a chance to lose. UTRGV now up 2-1 in this series. They have all the reins in hands to just say, giddy up, we're going home.
Yeah, and this 3-goal lead, like you said, really giving them some safe padding. Odoku there getting another save, not allowing a 4-0 lead. We're trying to see really here who can get it. Odoku answering back to Abilby, hitting it in. Brock now has control of the ball. Our star player so far. What does he make of this?
He's playing keep away now. He's playing time. I think this is smart. Sometimes you don't always need to beat the team by goals. Use the old G2 strategy, and that's, hey, we're up. Now let's find a way to not allow the opposition to have any chance of a comeback with no possessional play. Big demo there. That's just going to continue allowing the aggressive UTRGV team to get going.
And as you were saying before, playing it safe and playing time doesn't matter. But Superior, intrinsic with the score on UTRGV. But 9 seconds left on the clock and 2 goals left. We'll need a miracle here to get it through.
I don't always talk about participations or consolation prizes, but at least you got one. Now you know, hey, we got something. Yes, it was off a huge pinch. It wasn't what you would call the most earned goal, but we didn't get the goose egg on us. We took it off the board. Now we'll find ourselves just trying to reset here for game number 4.
They do have the ball up high, but no one can follow through, and UTRGV will take the game.
Well, the Vaqueros right now, they saw themselves just flip a switch. But can the lights continue to stay on? We'll have to see this one. But Superior, this is the most human they've seen. They have seen Superior throughout this. The UTRG right now is showing, hey, they bleed just like this. They're human. We can take it to them, and we're trying to show why we saw ourselves get such a high placement for this past season they had in.
Yeah, as we can see, real good. It just goes to show that in the end, really matters is team communication, coordination, and all the effort that they've put into this, deserving that win and taking it away with a 3-1 goal lead.
And coming in here, Bligsby, he got the MVP. Didn't have a goal to his name, 2 assists and 2 saves, showing that he doesn't have to be the main goal distributor. Where Brock came in and was able to do that. He showed I had 4 shots, but I'm finding such a great job of being effective. And when you have a player like that leading your team, where he's leading without scoring, that's just showing the team chemistry coming at an all-time high right now.
Yeah, and as we can see, let's see how it goes into the next match. We really need to see here if that continues into the next round, or will Superior have adapted?
Well, this is where the adaptability gonna have to come quickly. Can they evolve in front of our eyes? Well, they're gonna have to now. This could be their final 5 minutes of the upper bracket. They do not want to go down to the lower bracket. Reminder, the winner here has a 1-game advantage in the best of 7 for the grand final. So this is where these teams trying to get that advantage as much as possible.
We can see here Brock with an early lead in ball control, trying to see here a goal open, but no one been able to make any use of it. UTRGV is taking it to their side of the field to have better control and keeping it away from Superior.
And that's where you get when you get a big mechy team like Superior. You don't have a chance to have the ball in your hand. How are you supposed to use mechanics? But this is where they have to play the boost game. You're seeing how well UTRGV was able to play in that last game in terms of the assist play. No boost, doesn't give you those options, but we'll see if they go right back to it. I'm still looking for the demos to play a big part for them.
And let's see, Brock passing it to Bligsby, hitting it out towards the opposite end of the field. But Brock with the whiff doesn't actually get it, but VMix is there to make up for it, showing that team coordination there.
Yeah, a bit uncharacteristical, but like you said, great comms and in being able to really back up a teammate. First 60 seconds, both these two teams have not seen a goal. We have seen a goal in the first 60 seconds in each of the last games from one of these teams, but looks like that narrative has continued to be broken. Instincts gonna push this back almost, but won't be able to off the crossbar as the offense for Superior trying to be the first to lead.
And VMix hitting it up, setting up for Bligsby, and Brock with a 3-way pass going in. VMix going for the shot on goal, but they're just there to defend, trying to hit through the impenetrable wall. Intrinsic hitting it out to the opposite end.
That wall right now, it just seems to continue to get higher and higher. But 2 minutes in, UTRGV, they're looking good, but I'm loving how Superior has just come in with a different game plan.
Yeah, they noticed and they adapted real quick that UTRGV with their new player Brock really going on the offense. So Superior had to adapt and fortify their defense, showing that they know what they had to do.
Well, chinks in the armor. Can they find a hole? A good back pass. They're going to keep this up. 22 boost, doesn't have much. Will be able to get a touch. VMix towards midfield. This will just go safely into the UTRGV corner.
Yeah, Brock can control the ball, but hit it out by Lightskin. Corner towards the center, but quickly hitting it right out, back towards the opposite end. Badaku going in, trying to see, and power slide to hit it out, but Bligsby there to answer.
Alistar, the UTRGV, they took the long way to get here. In the start of the second half, saw the first goal. This team has continued just to chip away, and they finally saw a hole. That one gonna go in for the first one, but now, how do you hear for Superior gonna feel about it? Brock just steals a goal.
Yeah, right there, immediately off the kickoff. Brock seeing that opening and leaving the goal wide open. Superior did not expect that touch.
No, they just were caught off guard there, and UTRGV coming quickly, put a big shot to put themselves up 2, and that right there could be the nail in the coffin here for Superior.
Oh, and coming out with an early demo, does that give them the edge they need? Lightskin coming in, having control of the ball, sees the shot, takes it. Is there a pass coming in? And it seems like there is. Odoku coming in with that perfect layup from Lightskin.
Oh, this right here gonna make it interesting. 1-2, under 2 minutes to go.
See again, another kickoff. Will we have an early goal, or will this go for the next 2 minutes?
Oh, interesting. UTRGV changing it up there on the kickoff. I like the creativity and trying to show that, hey, now we're going to make this team think. Show we're going to mix things up on the kickoff end and give ourselves just different looks to try to take something with. But, you know, for Superior, this is now that moment where you need to say go and just throw the kitchen sink at UTRGV.
Yeah, we have Intrinsic. Having eyes on the ball. He's going towards the net to defend, but Wrigley there, and he doesn't make it.
That's going to be one of those goals where you say, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but goldfish mentality, UTRG can't worry about it. They need to grab this one. Brock! He gets it!
Always there, Brock really showing just how adaptable he is and going in every single time, seeing the opportunities and taking them with great technique.
Brock has been the rock for this team, the anchor, as you can say. And you know, when you have a starter come right back in, and, you know, I also was interested to see it. You know, UTRGV, they had Brock on here on their lineup earlier, and you know, maybe he may have been doing some of the RCS quals, saw himself taking his time to get here, but now that he's here, he's made a difference, and that's going to go in for another nail in the coffin. 4-1, 58 seconds. UTRGV as comfortable as can be.
Yeah, we can see here a 1-4, 3-goal lead. This is looking very grim for Superior. They have to pull something real quick, see if they can get any form of hope.
Yeah, I think, you know, for UTRGV coming in here and still continue to show 2-4. This right now continue to look good, but you know, will they have enough time here?
And we can see the contesting right there, the momentum in Superior's favor to hit that goal in.
You know, you're starting to see the game start to lag down a little bit, but you know, I think the last thing UTRGV can do right now is slow down the pace, continue throwing it at this Superior squad to where they're not able to really get any looks in. You're giving them too many opportunities to have a chance on your side of the half just because you're trying to play time right now. I know you're up by 2, and you cannot just say, we got this one.
Yeah, we can't let the lead get to their head. Superior can pull out anything at any moment and truly make a difference. And Bligby there, just showing that he knows how to play this game. What a shot, threading it between all the players on field.
Yeah, and this right there was just saying, oh, you guys thought you were getting close, we'll keep you guys at an arm length away. And 23 seconds, UTRGV, they waited 2 series to get here. They saw 2 DQs. They looked slow in game 1. They saw one of their starters come right back from RLCS quals, and they said, we are taking off. And they took off quickly.
Brock hitting it there right off the back end to the opposite end of the field with an amazing touch. Keeping it in the air. It's not enough. Intrinsic hitting it up. Can they get a shot on goal? And it doesn't matter. Hitting it straight down to the floor, ending that game.
Yeah, what a series that was there. You know, Bligsby still grabbed the MVP. As much as we saw Brock make a big difference, I think he just came in and filled a lot of great gaps. And you know, he showed such good chemistry early on. But this is what you get from UTRGV team. And I still think they're missing players here. We have not seen Lettuce out here so far. We saw Brock finally come back into the starting lineup. So, you know, this team is showing the depth that they have. But I think now, for Superior, they have a bitter taste in their mouth, and they're going to say, all right, we know what they're going to throw at us. We're going to come right back in the winter finals, or in the grand finals, and try to take it. But lower finals coming right after this, ladies and gentlemen. The action still continuing to heat up here.
I was all alone. Then you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? wanna know. Your eyes match the weather, raining under pressure. Oh, you say you wanna go, yeah. So let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers found, lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found, lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here.
And welcome one and all to the losers finals. We do know here that the winner of this round, of this match, will be competing for a piece of the prize pool. Now
Yes,
let's
we're gonna see. Go ahead, Alistair. Sorry.
Well, as we all know, right here we have SSA versus Superior. Superior last round was knocked out by RGV. Now we need to see how they adapt to SSA and see if their defensive gameplay is enough to help them take the win here.
Honestly, I didn't see much of SSA during the first half, or their very first game. But Superior handles themselves very, very well in terms of picking up slack that they might lose. They're not great in the first half, but they'll do better in the last half. I'm just worried because they seem to get stuck whenever they've learned, and they can't keep adapting. So I'm hoping they pick up the pace, they do something better. Maybe they adapt a little more and just keep the train rolling instead of just stopping at the next station. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping that they don't get stuck on the tracks like they've done multiple times before. So honestly, it's an any game for me. But like I've said, I've seen Superior play. I think that they can do well if they don't mess up. You think SSA might do better?
Well, only time will tell, and in these upcoming moments, we will be able to see if that holds true. SSA really does need to worry about Superior, and I mostly want to see how they go, because SSA did seem to show more offensive gameplay, so I'm waiting to see an unstoppable force see an immovable object this game.
I mean, I think that's the best way to probably describe it. Brian and Aspect and both teams have very great players. Adoku always hitting those shot on goals, making constant, solo hits, but also Aspect always taking the lead, always doing everything. It's a really even chance, but we're already going into the first game.
And right from the kickoff, it seems that Superior does have control and hitting it and going straight for the middle. An open shot on goal, but we do have a SSA able to answer back.
In from the side, trying to pick up some boost, keep the ball away from their goal, and keep it on their side. Really, I'm wondering, is SSA gonna learn how to stick together, or are they gonna spread out evenly and try to pick it up? But right now, I'm seeing Aspect. He have a clear sign of defense, but Adoku keeping his eye on all of those boosts.
Oh yeah, and as we can see here, we got a ball up high, going low. Brian trying to hit it back. A shot on goal, but Adoku clashing right there, not being able to make much of it. Intrinsic taking it up, and Storm just answering back.
Lightskin Brian is holding his boost, waiting to make sure to have a good defense. Because from what we're seeing, SSA is stuck in a corner right now, and Superior is just constantly holding them in, making sure they can't move the ball. But oh, sorry, I guess we're just not seeing that goal from SSA right now.
Yeah, it was really close, and we're seeing right here, just like I said, it really does seem to be an oppressive offense versus a patient defense. We really want to see how they adapt here and which one's stronger. Whose will prevail here, and we can see right here going up high. Let's see if they can follow up, and it's not enough, hitting it out to the opposite end of the field, but answering back, we have Stone coming in, but no shot on goal available.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, it's a very head-to-head match between Adoku and Aspect. But from what I'm seeing, Aspect is leading, while Adoku is leading but also sticking with his team, working together, and Adoku getting a nice, defense, hitting the ball away. I'm just wondering, how much more Aspect is going to stay away from his teammates, and start working with them, because this could easily be his downfall in any sort of manner.
Yeah, and we're already 2 minutes down on the timer, but immediately as I say that,
Doku scores from a long distance, and it didn't even seem like him. It seemed like the enemy team pretty much gave it to him.
Yeah, Storm seeming to miss there. Probably didn't have any boost to defend that. And let's see what kickoff we have right here. This
we're
game's coming on early.
Already on the SSA side. Now, from what I'm seeing, it's Demolition too. From what I'm seeing, Adoku is letting his teammates take the lead on this one, allowing his teammates to chase the ball while he's going on for some defense, but also some side work. And Aspect, it was looking lost, and they already have their second goal within less than 30 seconds. I mean, it feels like just that one goal immediately threw off SSA's entire rhythm, entire brain, all of it.
Yeah, as we can see right here, adaptability will be coming in through. Let's see if a kickoff here goes in at SSA's favor. But no, Superior taking it in. SSA Storm answering right back, going in. Lightskin hitting it out towards the corner and off the center of the field. But we do have an aerial ball here. Lightskin and Udoka with a team play to pinch the ball across the field. What an amazing play! The pinch coming in. Oh, that's beautiful.
Goals within 40 seconds. I don't even know if they could make any sort of scores back at all. These guys have 2 minutes and 21 to play defense. Do you think they're going to play offense or defense? Because defense might be the best play, but their offensive is really winning them here.
Well, I don't know what they'll play here, but that really has to be disheartening. SSA losing the mental here with a 3-0 deficit. Let's see if they manage to make it back.
Honestly, like I was telling you, after that first shot, it looked like Aspect lost where he was going. He's no longer leading. He's trying, but he keeps missing the shots. Look at him. He's scrambling on the field. Honestly, I think things might be going wrong for Aspect, and he's obviously the leader of the team. I want to see Widening and Storm pick up the pace.
As we can see there, a shot right there, but it wasn't enough. Aspect not being able to angle it properly, and Udoka was able to hit it off the end of the field into the corner. Stone answering back, going up high, but Intrinsic right there to follow through. Aspect hitting it high, no boost left to follow up.
From what I'm seeing, it's obvious that Superior is now taking a defensive type approach, because they're not really trying to get any shots on the goal. They're just trying to stop SSA from getting anywhere near their goal. But Aspect really needs to pick up his pace, because look, I mean, he's letting the ball go in the air, and Superior is just taking control of it immediately.
Yeah, Intrinsic already positioning himself, but doesn't manage to get any value from it. And we have Storm trying to center it on field, leave an opening, but not enough. Intrinsic hitting it across the field. Aspect answering back. We have a stationary ball in the air. What can we go here? Stone hitting it down. Are we looking at a pinch? We are, and it's not enough. It manages to hit the back end.
There's too tight of a defense over on SSA, which is leaving them very vulnerable to ball control. And right now, they're trying to get a couple shots on the goal, but they just can't. They're not working together. They're playing separately. They're far too spread apart. They need to tighten up, or else Superior will either get another shot on the goal or not allow them any chances whatsoever to even get a piece of what may consider to be the worst loss of this match or this tournament.
Well, yeah, as we can see here with the 3-0 lead, 14 seconds left on the clock. They need to play time. They don't need to say anything else. 10 seconds left.
Honestly.
Will they manage to get anything here?
A demolition just to embarrass them here. And
we do have the first goal coming in from Aspect. 3-1, 3 seconds left. I've heard of miracles before, and I'm not willing to say that one won't happen now, but it is looking really bleak.
You aren't wrong, but I don't know. Everything is just looking like it's just a straight loss for SSA. Maybe they can pick it up next round. Maybe they can do something different, but right now I don't think they're getting any more goals. Wait, and nothing. Superior takes this round.
Yeah, with a decisive play at the start, showing that they're not letting off from that offense. Superior going from defense straight onto offense. I love the turnaround of the gameplay shift here, really showing that they truly are adaptable in many ways.
Truly, you're right. And that mentality that SSA is taking, they obviously full well let that singular goal completely mess them up all the way through. And Aspect needs to work better with his teammates, because all he's doing is he's going off on his own. He's trying to ball chase. He's trying to get all these shots, but he's not relying on Storm or Widening, who are obviously great at defense. But Storm is trying to get some shots in. He's trying to do well, but Aspect's not playing with him. He's not giving him the setups. He's not giving him everything correctly, and it's just ruining their overall team dynamic.
Yeah, as we can see here, we need to wait till the next match happens to see what happens in. 3 seconds left till our match starts.
Honestly, I'm hoping for an underdog story here, but Superior is looking like the major winner for this game so far.
You see here, Now, we do need to see, will Superior keep the unrelenting pressure on SSA right now, or will SSA answer back with a new game plan? Only time will tell in this next round.
Only time will tell. We have our match starting very soon. If anything, it started in 3, 2, 1. And it's not started yet. But you know, I can't wait to see what happens because these players, they're already revving their engines. They can't wait to start this game. 3, 2, 1, and we are in. What are you looking to see here, Alistor?
I see an amazing kickoff right here. Both teams going up high to catch control of the ball. But we have Aspect right there, taking control and getting it across the field instantly.
Superior obviously wanting to play off the weaknesses of their enemy team, letting them get ball control, but easily taking it away and getting shots on the goal. Or if they switch over to offense, they have no defense whatsoever. I mean, Odoku obviously, you know, keeps a good defense and keeping everything tight with his teammates. But it seems like, you know, that singular demolition really threw off Aspect already.
Yeah, we could see the ball is heading in Superior's favor again, but SSA answering right back, not letting up. We can see right here that both teams are trying to feel each other out, trying to get a sense for how they play.
Yeah, very much so. Right now, I can see Odoku isn't really going for boost. He's just trying to get a good defense. But Aspect, he's trying to get as much boost as he can, but he's not playing with his team. He's not getting near it. He's not doing anything. We have Widening and Storm trying to set up some plays, but Aspect's in the back doing nothing. I don't know what I'm seeing here, but he's the obvious leader, and he needs to take up the slack.
Aspect having control of the ball, Intrinsic hitting it right out. Lightskin following up, trying to hit it towards that corner for Odoku to set up.
Setting up. Intrinsic and Instincts gets that goal in. Wow, I mean, it's just already looking bad for SSA, Alex.
Yeah. Now we see if they can answer back, or will this be another round like last time with a 3-0
already a
deficit?
minute and a half down. And wow, we're in the middle of the field ball. You know, Storm knocking it into Blue's side. I mean, already, like I'm saying, Superior's taking control of the ball. It seems like Aspect can get a hold of his team, and Superior's just taking a good handle of that. Odoku leading up, setting up shots for Brian and Instincts right here.
Now we have Aspect going to see if he can use anything with the ball. 30 boosts left to his lane. A light skin there, plenty of boost to spare.
Honestly, Odoku and Storm butting heads half the time, while it should be him and Aspect. You know, defend. Sorry, go ahead.
Now we can see Stone. Lightskin is playing a really good defense, constantly hitting. Odoku currently defending, and there. You know, I see that Lightskin and Odoku are constantly swapping between defensive positions on goal to really make sure that they don't leave any openings for SSA at any point once the ball is on their side of the field.
Not entirely, and from what I'm seeing, Aspect has switched back. Now it's Storm taking the lead, and Aspect just, it looks like he's lost in the field, and he's gathering boosts, but he's not doing much for his team. While Odoku and Instincts are playing the main, you know, main buffers, main shot callers. Storm trying to get, you know, a setup for Aspect, but still nothing right there. I mean, honestly, he's very much lacking.
Yeah, Aspect seeing that the ball's on the side, but Storm taking control of it. Odoku hitting it back towards their end. And we see right here, we have ball control, an air dribble, but answered back. Lightskin there with the save.
Block.
And Odoku following up with another save. Lightskin missing that touch, not being able to score a goal. Oh, and the demo.
Demolition on Instincts. Wow. I mean, even then, I don't see that messing up their gameplay all too well. Odoku is out of boost, but Instincts is already pretty much full. This allows them to have, you know, the enemy team all separated, and allows some better shots and some more openings on the goal.
Yeah, and I'd really like to see that the teams truly adapt here, because we're just seeing Instinct leaving the ball there, no momentum, and we don't even have to play time. We only have 1:10 left on the clock. I'm not sure if they'll be able to make it.
Honestly, if they don't try to get more shots from the goal, Superior, SSA could easily just swipe it from underneath them. You know, get okay or not. You know, it seems like Instincts on Superior has given us another point with a 2-0 lead at 1 minute left. I'm seeing that Superior wins this already.
Well, don't make calls out yet. He's still got a minute left on the clock, and it's anyone's game. You don't call them out just yet.
I'm just saying, with a minute left, a team needs to be together, and Aspect is just not giving us that. You know, Aspect's picking up, you know, he's picking up boosts. He's going against the whole enemy team while Storm's trying to, you know, pick up the ball and everything. I don't like how things are going.
And Instinct's trying to hit it out. Storm setting it up, but the defense from Superior showing that there's no openings here. But we do have Aspect coming in from the infield.
Oh my lord. I mean, maybe you prove me wrong. Maybe these guys are starting to pick themselves up, pick off the slack, you know?
We have 31 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time left for a comeback.
Could have been luck. We don't know. We gotta see everything.
Aspect hitting it towards them. Open goal? No, Instinct won't allow it. But we have Stone answering back.
I will say they have already put them into a defensive position, SSA and Superior. Now Superior is trying to get some offense, but it seems like okay, well, forget everything I've said. Storm just got demolished.
And Aspect make a play for his team here, hitting it towards the opposite end. Storm getting the demo, Instincts down, but Lightskin hitting it over. They have to keep it in the air and get it across the field. But Goku taking it to the wall. And not enough. Superior will be taking that game.
Like I said, Superior just seems to have the overall best choice in everything right now.
Yeah, I mean, you did call it out.
Like I said,
I
sorry, my ear is like getting completely clogged. Anyways, like I tried telling you, Superior, they've been picking up the slack. They've been doing everything. They know what they're doing. And SSA, like I said, their mentality just got messed with entirely. They can't even handle anything that's going on anymore. And Aspect, who had his leader position, got it kicked out from under him. Storm, who was their lowest ranking member on the team, picked it up. Can you imagine that?
I couldn't imagine that right now, but we do have Udoku. No goals on the board, but then you can see that doesn't matter. Still getting that MVP with merely the amount of defensive plays and assists he had on that match.
Yeah, honestly, what I'm hoping to see is Widening Storm pick up a little more, like try to you know, take up the place that Aspect was trying to pick up, because with Storm he's able to take that lead, but Widening Stone, you know. I want him to be the setup, you know, do the second player, you know, picking up the slack that Aspect just isn't putting down.
And here we go. Another game. 5 minutes left on the board. Let's see what kickoff is. In Aspect, third kickoff. Instinct coming in, going for an air dribble. Storm misses and not able to answer back.
Already taking control of the ball. Udoku getting that third man setup, you know, keeping from the side, making sure that it doesn't go onto their field. But Storm trying to set up some shots. Aspect also doing so. You know, they're trying to keep the ball on Superior's side. And honestly, it looks like they talked about it. It looks like they're trying to see where they want to be.
Yeah, and it's really about positioning here. Udoku already rotating back for the defense, but as soon as it's on their side, you'll see him coming in, setting it up there in the middle of the field. Udoku running back, seeing that it's not in their best interest to stay there, and immediately plays defensively.
Maybe their tight scenario that Superior has isn't going to work too well now that SSA has switched up their overall being. Because Aspect is now playing the third man, while Widening and Storm are playing second and first. From what I'm trying to see here, it seems like they're trying to work around how tight Superior is playing.
Lightskin hitting it safe, taking control. Instinct ready to play off. On there.
Storm taking up the ball, keeping it focused, but you know, Brian trying to take it away from them. They've been playing middle field this whole time. Not one person has moved to either side. I'm trying to see, are they evenly matched right now? I think that's what might be happening.
We just seem to be having the ball being passed from one end to the other. We do have a demo coming in from Instinct.
that could very well be an easily just tilting movement. It seems like I'm completely wrong because neither team is moving. But
And an amazing pass, Udoku with the assist, and Light Skin following up.
call me completely wrong because every call I've been making with Superior and Lightskin, or sorry, not Lightskin, SSA, has just been completely off entirely.
You can see another kickoff aspect with another lead immediately, but Udoku there with the save.
Honestly, Udoku has been getting these saves time after time, but I want to see them try a little more offense. You know,
Oh, is that a
and,
goal? Oh, we
no,
have
we were
aspect.
close though.
Light Skin going, but it's too high. Hits off the rim.
Honestly, Aspect bringing back himself into his lead position, you know, and Storms and Widening still sticking close together. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out, are these guys just focusing on trying to get shots on goal, or are they trying to play straight roles here? You know, and they're just bouncing back and forth between each side.
Well, as we can see, the general game plan. Oh, but Widening Stone with a center shot on field.
You know what? Maybe my trash talking has affected everything because it seems like SSA is picking up their slack. Aspect is actually doing what he should do, and that is lead here.
And you can see another kickoff. It always seems to be that the kickoff is in SSA's favor, but it just goes to show that Superior truly have that superior defense and just play around the fact that they can hit it and keep constant pressure on the opposite end.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, I mean, Superior is able to take control of the ball real easily, but when SSA has it, they don't let their chances be wasted. I mean, look at this right now. They're keeping it defensive. They're keeping everyone away, letting the ball float through the air.
Now we have Instinct hitting it up. Aspect taking advantage of that. But Udoku there with the defense.
Shot. And wow, these guys are. I mean, it looks like an evil game. Sorry, it looks like an even game here from what I'm looking at, because Superior already has their great sense of communication, while SSA and Aspect are picking up their slack, becoming better. We're gonna get Storm gets a setup from Stone. Sorry, what's his name? Widening Stone, and gets a shot on the goal immediately.
Yeah, and we can see here quickly a nice corner shot and an easy setup right there.
I am very bad at speaking today, but here we are, 1-2 with SSA in the lead and only a minute and a half left. What do you think might happen? Do you think Superior might pick up that lead again? And nope. Wow.
It just goes to show, never count them out. Never say that the game's over.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But like I said, SSA comes in the middle and does well, but still falls off at the end. I wonder if that's the same thing that will happen here, or if Superior will just, let them take this lead again.
Well, we have a minute and 15 seconds left on the board to figure that out.
Good defense right here. They're sticking in defense and they're not trying to push, but Storm being set up by Aspect but still failing.
Udoku hitting it out from the opposite end of the field. Light Skin hitting it up.
We're at 1 minute, folks, with Superior at 1 and SSA at 3. If Superior can do well, they can have about 40 seconds to set up for their next goal after this one. But I just don't think that they'll get it. It seems they're playing way too defensive, and SSA is just keeping the ball away from their side.
Yeah, and as we can tell, Aspect trying to gain control of that ball. It's going and hits right into Storm, but it's going towards SSA's field. Lightskin hitting it off. Does he get a double tap? No, but he does go for it. Instinct hitting it off.
Oh, no.
But Storm takes control.
20 seconds on the clock. Do you think they can even get a single goal just to get closer? No, they cannot, because SSA just got their 4th goal. Holy.
Yeah. And that does go for a 3-goal deficit and a lead per SSA. Now it will take a miracle here, but I'd never like to count him out.
I love underdogs, but I can't argue with the facts here. It seems like Superior is just not going to take this one. I will say, they're not going to take it. 8 seconds left. I don't think you can get 3 goals within any of that amount of time. And ball's in the air, but that was foolish from Aspect. Okay, there it is.
There we
SSA
go. A win for
officially
SSA on the board.
wins this round. 2 for Superior, 1 for SSA. Like I said, they do get good in the middle, but can they keep it all the way through? That's what we need to see happen.
Yeah, all we need is one more win for Superior to take the set.
Yeah, we just need one more win, but I don't know. I mean, they got a little wonky towards here, you know? Maybe SSA might have realized, this is their play style. This is how things are gonna go. We need to start countering that. We need to start, putting them in a box, make sure they can't go anywhere. And Aspect, he really took the lead this time. But he's working with his teammates now. He's working together with them, and he's giving them chances to get some shots and get some setups.
Yeah, we really don't want to let the game get to your head, and keeping a cool demeanor here and staying focused on the objective is what's really going to get people here into the next round.
Honestly, and with Aspect not readying up, it seems like he really, really wants to take the time to converse with his teammates, get closer, to understand better, how to deal with his team. Because now Superior already knows that they've learned, they've changed up their play style, they know how things are going to work. Now Superior might change up their play style, change up how everything works for them. So this is uncharted territory here.
Well, right now, as I see it, it's a battle of wills. Both teams have a perfect understanding of how each other play, and right now, it's gonna take a lot of creativity and a lot of information and understanding the other play style to really show who wins here.
Very much so. I mean, I do like underdog stories. I'm sort of hoping SSA comes in, but Superior is already in the lead. I'm sort of thinking this could go anyway, but we are now starting our 4th match here.
Kickoff already in Superior's favor. Aspects hitting it out though.
Instincts dribbling the ball in the air and kicking it back into SSA's field, but Widening Stone trying to get some offensive. Aspect trying to take a shot, being blocked by Adoku. I mean, it seems they're playing a good defense and offense because they already got it back on the SSA side.
Instinct already rotating just to gain enough boost and be there for that defensive play, hitting it back into the corner, getting a shot on the middle, but Aspect keeping it away from the center of the field so there's no easy shot.
Lightskin Brian staying in a defensive position, that way SSA can't even get any shots on the goal. Instincts demolishing Widening Stone, and with these 3 tied up together, it gives them a good shot on the goal, but Storm steals it back and sets up for Aspect, but still misses.
And we can see here a clash for the ball in the corner of the field. Instincts going up, but being taken away by Storm.
Adoku trying to set up a shot for Brian or Instincts, but none of them take it. Aspect defends it, knocking it away and setting it up for Storm. But, it's just not enough. Widening Stone staying back, keeping defensive, and I just lost third of the game.
I did see a DC in the corner of the screen, but it seems to be nothing. Hang on. Let's see.
Well, keep going for me, Alistar. I can't see.
Well, I will be talking over now since we seem to be missing our other caster. And as we can see here, Storm going up, trying to take it towards the center field. Bododoku there, ready to answer with a defensive play. And we can really see both teams here feeling each other out as they're trying to have control of this ball and have an easy shot.
And I am back. Instincts and Superior having control of the ball, like you said. But Aspect keeping dodges, keeping blocks, making sure that they can get nowhere near the goal. Widening Stone trying to launch it back and set it up for Storm. But I don't think he's going to take it. I don't think he can take all of this. Aspect shooting on the goal, but they just can't follow through.
And we're already 2 minutes down, 2 minutes and 46 seconds left on the clock.
I'm hoping to see a little more action from SSA, or frankly from either team, because neither one has scored a single goal, and they just seem to be so equally balanced. I just need to see something happen. I'm getting a little antsy here.
We're already halfway through the game. The ball is ready, and Aspect takes the shot.
First goal of the match, it is SSA with Aspect. Now remember, Superior only needs to win 1 match in order to get into the, or to get a piece of the prize, But SSA, they need to win this match and another one in order to get anywhere near close. So that might be a bit of a struggling factor. But with that one shot, might be set already.
Yeah, and I really think the nerves are starting to get to Superior, knowing that you're one win away from being able to take the game and take a piece of the prize. But it seems to be getting to them, and they're losing their mentality. They're losing the mental here, and the nerves, it's just getting to them.
That may be what you think, but it could just be SSA picking up the slack. They could still be very good Superior. So if they just get a small hole, a small chance to get a shot on the goal, they could easily take back everything they've, dropped down so far.
We do see an overcommit there from Superior, which leaves SSA with an easy setup.
Aspect getting a shot on the goal. Wow. Maybe you're right. Maybe Superior is lacking. They need to pick up the slack if they want any chance of winning something by the end of this tournament.
Well, with a 2-goal deficit, it's not looking good already, but that anything can happen with a minute 40 left on the timer.
You are entirely right. I've seen 4 goals happen within 30 to 40 seconds here. So I want to get some clarity. What do you think Superior? Do you think Superior's going to pick up the slack anytime soon, or do you think they're going to stay where they are?
Well, it seems like we have a shot on field, but Stone hitting it out. Oh, Superior answering back already. And the Aspect is right there to defend. Aspect with a second defense, but it hits the ring, and Udoku scores the goal.
And Superior takes a small percentage, but almost trying to tie it up here.
Aspect
Honestly,
really was trying his best there to work double, twice as hard with the double defense and the save on goal, but it wasn't enough.
But Superior might be picking up their slack. They might be going for a triple offense, not even trying to go for defense here. But that might be the downfall because it just seemed like SSA got another goal by Stone.
Yeah, like you were saying, Superior seems to be focusing on offense more. But as we saw with previous games, Superior were best on their defensive plays and making use of the mistakes the enemy team made.
I apologize, folks. Something happened in my house. I had to deal with it. 1 minute remaining with a 2 lead. Do you think SSA will take this, or do you think Superior will, make a comeback here?
Well, it really depends. SSA already here at the shot on goal. Udoku making the save. Ready going towards the field. Do we have an open net? Yes, we do. And Lightskin with the open net shot. 2-3 game right now. 42 seconds left on the clock. SSA is now starting to lose their lead. And let's see if Superior can take it right back.
Honestly, I'm hoping because, underdog stories are really what I'm trying to see here. And Instinct's going straight trying to get into it. Udoku trying to set up, and Brian seems to be the second man. But Stone completely throws it away in their faces. Instinct's trying to pick up the slack, but honestly, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Stone coming back in. You
and then miss. And miss Instinct with the pass. The pass from Udoku, the assist. Lightskin misses, but then goes right back in, and Udoku hits it out, but Instinct hits it right back in.
Now we're at a tie game. This could either be the last round or the second to last. I want to see what's happening. Brian missing that pickup. Storm trying to go for a shot, but Udoku blocking. They're playing tightly, but they're playing widespread over here at Superior. Ooh, I can't even tell what's going on anymore. I think we might go into overtime here.
Yeah, or maybe Superior might be able to get a goal here.
And we're going into overtime.
And it's going high. We have enough. An opening can present itself. Instinct going in towards
Udoku.
Brian. Setting it up for Udoku. Udoku hitting it towards the field. This Knight's going to have an opportunity. Not enough. And we're going into overtime.
Immediately. That is amazing. Now, it's anyone's game here. Obviously, I think Superior works much better in overtime from what I've seen in previous games. Brian picking up some slack. Instinct. They're doing a wave, motion. They're trying to confuse the enemy here. I want to see Whiting Stone, try to pick up some slack, go for a third man, pick up, everything.
Yeah,
I don't even know what's going on.
Now, Whitestone made use of that mistake and took control of the ball, but Instinct's trying to pinch it off the wall doesn't quite work out. Brian doesn't Oh, he goes for it. His eyes set on the ball, but he couldn't hit it. Instinct
Superior
against
has
Brian.
control.
Brian hit it towards
Aspect
goal,
taking
but
it back.
Aspect with the defense.
Ooh. Now it's back on the SSA side. We have Winding Stone blocking it, but Instinct's moving past him, juking him. We have Adoku taking back the ball, putting it back near the goal, setting up a shot, but Winding Stone blocks it off entirely. Adoku hitting the shot, and Instinct completely messing it up. What did he do there? But Storm taking back the ball here.
Oh, we saw Rule 1 almost apply there. Oh, Instincts with the corner, but not quite. Aspect now control the ball. Adoku hitting in midfield. Instinct going. He's thirsty, and he wants that goal. And Superior will be taking the set with that final goal in set.
Holy. And that is Superior winning their piece of the prize here, folks. That is amazing. That's the last time we'll be seeing these two players, but honestly, it was a match to not miss. It was a match to not miss, equal in almost all of their rounds.
That truly was a game-winning goal. What a play, and great sportsmanship from both teams. This is what we live for in Rocket League. The stress, the strain, and the intensity, the adrenaline pumping excitement that comes with this game. And that'd be it.
That is truly amazing. Now I think we're going on to, what is it, UTRGV versus who? I don't know. I don't quite know.
We're going against, UTRGV versus, I think, Superior. Or I can't remember off the top of my head. But we are going into our finals, so we'll get back to you soon.
I was all alone. Then you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I saw you all alone. Your eyes match the weather, raining under pressure. Oh, you say you wanna go, yeah. So let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers stand lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here.
And we're back. This is for it all. The grand finals, UTRGV versus Superior. A grudge match here, Comet. This is about to continue to go on as much as it can. I don't even know if there's a roof in my house at this point.
Honestly, like the way I'm seeing each play with UTRGV and Superior, they take great leads, but they fall off in the middle somewhere. So I'm wondering, how is this going to handle? Are they both going to be bad in the middle, or are they both going to be equal off the middle?
Well, this is where the consistency is really going to have to play a big factor. The one thing that I feel UTRGV has as an advantage in this game is the fact that they've played less series than everybody here tonight. The reason for it, they had 2 DQs right off the bat that sent them into the winners finals where they saw Superior, and that was a matchup that everybody had circled on their calendar. But now, the grudge match, what are you hoping to see here, especially from Superior, who took that loss?
Honestly, what I'm hoping to see here is just equal plays. Equal plays. I know you don't hear often, but I really want to see them equally clash heads. I want to see them not make any goals, but try to outmaneuver each other in the same sort of aspects. And from what we're seeing already, it seems like 2 demolitions, 1 on both teams immediately. They're just too equally balanced right now.
And the grudge match, being able to thin out the opposition. Bligley saw himself get multiple MVPs the last series. This one down, will not see it. Great save there by Instincts.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, they all have one player on each other. They're all playing good defense and good offense. But Adoku is always, hitting the ball out of the way, making sure they can't get any shots on the goal. But VMix is obviously leading and setting up for the first man.
They're trying to continue setting up. They touched their right teammate. That's going to make things awkward, but a good clear. Brock saw himself get subbed in after coming back from RLCS quals. And, that's where he's been playing all day. I believe he was able to win the first couple rounds. And how tough that is in against the nation here against NA. But trying to show the RGV he's their best. Bigly towards midfield. Will just get caught out back on the blue side.
From what I'm seeing, there's a lot of setting up, but not a lot of shots on goal. Instinct getting his shot just completely thrown away. But I'm just, and that was embarrassing. Straight up just letting the shot fall in by VMix.
VMix just came in and put it on display. Lightskin Brian just could not find a bright spot there on the defensive side. But UTRGV, when they had a lead against Superior back in their last series, they saw themselves hold on to it, especially when Brock came in. Have done such a good job playing keep away. This is where we're going to have to see the switch for Superior be flipped and be flipped quickly.
Yeah, you're entirely right. But from what we saw, and Superior makes another goal. Superior makes another goal. I mean, not another goal, but their first one.
Well, first one here, and interesting enough, Brock went for the squishy save, but no boost in the tank, couldn't get there quick enough, and that's going to allow for the first goal. First half of Rocket League, 1 goal each, and at least they've seen the offense generate something. That just helps with the mental. Now you're saying, all right, we're on the board. We can breathe now. We know we can do it. And Instinct. We're relying on just Instincts.
My lord, Instinct is pulling everything in. Adoku and Lightskin Brian are setting up perfectly. From what I'm seeing, I mean, they did not like that first piece of loss.
No, they didn't. And I think this is where I think even the chat when we're looking at it said, hey, this is one where this team felt that they were dominant early on when UTRG had their first couple players onto the scene, and they want a grudge match here. This is where they felt it was personal, and they want to come out here and show UTRG has nothing on them.
Entirely. Like I said, I want to see equal plays this entire match, and that's what I'm seeing. Neither one is making goals unless one other team fails. And it's just very beautiful, Brock trying to set up for Bligbee and Phoenix, or Lightskin holding back while the other team messes up. It's just something beautiful with Lightskin dying right here. Sorry to tell you.
Midfield, Brock will take it, but a 50 there, mid-air. VMix has it. Wilp's able to stop on a dime. 1 flick, 2 flick. Can he get the goal? No, he will not. This will go for a clear. Lightskin Brian able to take away the danger. This one floats on to the other corner.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing, I mean, the way they're playing, they can easily get a couple float shots in, and that's entirely Superior's lack. If they focus on exactly right here, like I just said, a pure float shot, nothing there, no defense at all.
Puts the touch, gets the goal, and able to equal it here. A bang to get us going.
Dear Lord. Hey, but now they're back to equal with only a minute 30 left on the clock. Who do you think might take the next goal here?
VMix will. He just
VMix.
says, give us a second.
Oh my Lord. I mean, UTRGV obviously got very pissed off with that those two straight goals. You think, I apologize. I think Superior might get a little annoyed and they might equal things out. I think this might be an equal game all the way into overtime.
Oh, the one thing that UTRGV does have, they have a one-game advantage here. So they are up one game. So this is one of those where if you're Superior, you need to equal that out as quickly as possible. You don't want to let this series get any farther in the midst of chaos. VMix gets it.
I will say they're very much lacking, but we still do have a minute 14 left. They can make 2 goals very easily if they learn how to play a little better and try to find the spots that UTRGV is finding on their side.
And well, for UTRGV, a 2-goal lead, is it enough to be able to have a big enough gap? And I feel right now, yeah, I believe so. I think so as well.
Because they're already trying to go for demolitions, already trying to go for defense. I mean, look at how everything's going. Are they going for another shot on the goal? I don't even know. I can't even imagine their plays. They're doing so well against a team that is just so equal to them.
And, this is going to be where Superior is going to have to go to the drawing board after this game. Brock takes it away. That one would have just gone off the crossbar, but still trying to find some team plays. That will get taken away quickly. They're trying to hit the midfield, but it's just where they're going too predictable. I need them to stretch it out a bit more, try to catch them with a forward pass where UTRGV is finding themselves too far back to really contest.
Honestly, and like from what I'm seeing here, it's like they're playing all 3 of them are second man. They're not playing offense, they're not getting someone who can do shots on goals. They're just letting it float up in the air while the other team just takes the ball and throws it away from them,
But this is where you have to just say, we know what we're doing wrong, and we need to make it change now. But with 1 second remaining, this will go for UTRGV, no matter what happens here, as that will not go for a score. And a dominant win towards the back end. UTRGV close early, but they said we just needed some time to get settled.
Yeah, already with a 2-match lead. I'm wondering how things will go. 2-0.
I think for UTRGV, you have to feel that you're in the driver's seat right now. You're the ones controlling the wheel, and it's gonna be up to Superior. You can find a way to get them off and try to crash here, but what do you think Superior needs to do in this next series to really put them over the edge? Because they're right there, but now they're 2 games down.
I mean, to get them off, I don't know, but just to get a good lead, to pick up the slack. What I'm thinking is they need to play off of UTRGV because it is an equal game. It is very equal. So what they need to do is not rely on their skill, not rely on their assets, but rely on the failings of the other team, like UTRGV did. They had so many holes that they could shoot through, and they took those chances. They really, really wanted to embarrass Superior, and honestly, I think that's what they did.
Yeah, I believe so as well, and I think for Superior, you kind of got knocked around a little bit, and you're trying to make this next game be the difference, but to be too aggressive as well is where you're setting yourself into a trap to put yourself in an offensive position you may not be able to recover from. But this is where they're going to have to handle their nerves. But game number 3 here, UTRGV trying to get this 1 step closer to having the janitorial staff come in early and bring the brooms.
Pretty much. But from what I'm seeing, it seems like the teams are now tightening themselves up. They're getting closer together, and they're not trying to let, the ball be the main focus. They're trying to let the team be the focus. And they could have gotten a flow shot there, but Phoenix knocked it away, and Ligby trying to get a shot in, but just faking it. I wonder what the play is here. I really am, because it's just so confusing.
It's one where if you're confused, the other team hopefully is as well, Connor. Yeah, I think for that aspect, for UTRGV here, first 60 seconds, the defense right now for Superior showing heavy work here towards their goal line.
honestly. And with Glickby going around, having full boost on all of his players. Now we're trying to see, it's an even match. We're trying to see what they're setting up here. Adobe blocking Glickby's shot, but also trying to set up. But Brock steals it away, and Instinct it seems to be trying to block it, but he fails, and Brock gets the shot because of Instinct's failure. Do you think he's gonna let that get to his mind?
No, man, Brockhampton for all I care, man. It's the voice that continues to sing. 0-1 right now. This man has just seen himself explode, and so far it's been his world, and we're just living in it.
I mean, if I see someone explode, I think it is their world too. Anyways, Instinct's blocking off Brock's shot, but Vmix, I get their names wrong so often, taking control with Brock and Glickby. They're keeping it up in the air, trying to get it away from Superior. But what are they trying to do? Are they trying to get a shot on the goal, or are they just trying to play defense? Because honestly, I don't see any plays being made aside from Superior side.
It's one where I'm looking here and trying to see what are their setups. Are they going to try for some backboard plays, or try to maybe go for some double taps, or try to catch one off the position? The one thing I really want to see, you're seeing, look at this. Otis is going up as a one-man, gets taken right off, two-man back here for the side of Superior. It's just kind of leaving him to play for himself and have to try to go 1v3 the opposition. I understand you're not trying to push too much, but it's just it's too much space being given up and not enough teamwork again happening so far for Superior.
Honestly, like you were saying, and I think what UTRGV is doing really well is Vmix is playing, no, not Vmix, Glickby is playing the middleman while Brock and Vmix play either defense or straight offense, trying to get the shots on the goal, trying to set up. And I think that's what's really helping them, because Odoku is just playing straight offensive, while Instincts and Lightskin are trying to play, defensive or side,
And it's also one where I feel for UTRGV here, you're kind of being
wait.
put into a position where Lightskin Brian says, Wolfie, quiet down, I got a goal for you to talk about.
Honestly, what was that? I mean, UTRGV let them completely go in. Like I said, these guys are trying to find ways to sneak in holes, and they honestly did it there.
And that's where you're talking about holes. It was massive. It was like the ocean, and they took a huge advantage of this. At this level of Rocket League, you cannot give anyone an inch, because they will take a mile. Brock double tap down off the crossbar will and say no.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know who would take a massive hole, but I mean that's each their own. Instincts taking the ball and trying to dribble it with Lightskin Brian taking over for him, but Brock blocking him and taking over control. Glickby trying to set up a shot and getting in, but Instincts completely blocks it. Like I said, this is a very equal match. This is a very equal people. This can go either which way, and we're down to a minute 30 with 1-1 on both sides.
The equal of these two will find out if they can find the difference, but with 120 remaining, UTRGV, they are getting pushed as hard as they have been all tournament long. That one will just go wide.
Golly, and a demolition on Brock. I mean, is UTRGV gonna be? Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I was completely wrong there. But Glickby is making. Oh.
And Brock finds a way to slip it in. That's gonna go for UTRGV. Nobody back and everything forward. The sky's the limit for the man who's seen himself have a turbo pulsar type of day in the sub spot.
I mean, honestly, slipping it in and slipping it out. He's very able to he's very maneuverable here. Brock is just, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on at this point. But Brock is keeping a steady lead and making sure that everything goes his way.
It's exactly, and we were starting to really see some of the best players here in the RGV. One player that helped find in this tournament, Magic Bear, find himself from Edinburgh, Texas, and you see a player like him who is on the grand stage or LCS, sees himself signed to Gen G, one of the top organizations, and everybody here on this field, they find themselves in the grand finals, but they want to see themselves in a position where they're saying, hey, I'm one of the best in the world. I want to have a chance to go into a LAN setting. I want to be able to come in here and really show my worth and show that the RGV has players who are worth a while.
Honestly, this is the proving, and wow.
Yeah, that right there for fun.
is
There's a
just
reason this
messy.
team went second in their conference. You know, they
No,
went
you're-
second in their against SFA, and you know this is where you're kind of looking at them and see, all right, you know what an improvement this organization has done here for UTRGV. I remember when we first started the Rocket League club here, or I mean the players
I mean-
here, they had a chance to never win. We went, I believe, 3 semesters without a win. And they continue to grind their way to the moment where they're seeing themselves get to the top, but they're 3 games up. We need one. Job's
more.
not done here. Job's not
isn't
done.
done. Job's not done. But like I'm saying, like established 2015, Brock, I don't even know what's going on. It seems like he's their special weapon. It seems like he's the best player, but VMix is a Season 8 Grand Champion as well, and Bligby is a major tournament winner. From what I've seen, Superior is just like too low of a level, but they're still somehow equal. I want to see Superior pick up some slack. I want to see Superior get a little bit of, you know, get some wins in. But I also want UTRGV to go flawless because of how good they already are.
Yeah, UTRGV right now, they're in a position to just make a beautiful run throughout this tournament. They may have seen 2 DQs, but I think it was just due to skill. I don't think those 2 teams early on wanted any piece of the Vaqueros. And right now for Rider Esports, for UTRGV, they're looking to continue riding on high, but can this game be it? And I think even if you don't get the sweep here, that's not the end of the world. All you're looking is for the end of the series, but I still think you're not trying to lose a game here to Superior and give them a notch of inkling that they can make this worth their while.
Honestly, and from what I've been seeing, I apologize, but from what I've been seeing here, I mean, Superior just can't help themselves. They're just too focused on the roles that they were already playing that they haven't adapted. They haven't used UTRGV's failures. And that is what's giving UTRGV more holes, more openings, more avenues right in. You know, I'm joking. But anyways, you know, it's really just letting them win all of these things. You know, job's not done, like you said, but we are now next into our new match. This could either be the final one or could turn around.
Well, I'm expecting one thing here. I need Superior to score first if they want to keep in this series. You cannot allow UTRGV to hold on to a lead with the current statistics of every time they have a lead early games, they win a game. So to that effect, you're kind of saying, hey boys, it's either to start. We cannot have a slow start. We need to throw everything we can at them.
Honestly, it's like either we prove you right or we prove you wrong. And if they prove them right, they already lost. It doesn't matter if they win the match. It's already an ego boost. It's already them getting it in, and they just hit it with Brock scoring, being, you know, assisted by Bligby here.
That's unfortunate there. You saw the team bump kind of take them out of position. That allowed for the easy opportunity, and this is where things start to get a little hopeless in your mind, but you cannot allow yourself to get fidgety. You cannot allow yourself to start feeling the pressure. We said it. This is the first online tournament for Rocket League the RGV has ever had in their history. You know, last time we did it, we were on a LAN setting, but now you're at home. You're not in a position to say, hey, this is my setup. This is where I feel comfortable. But when the moments start to get big, the comfortability starts to shrink.
Honestly. But like I said, it's also a thing about ego and also a thing about mind. Since they are winning easily, it could also make them worse. It could also make them just so far-sighted, so believable in their win that they could just let so many holes be open. But also, like I said earlier, Superior's too blind. They can't see those holes. That it feels like it's going nowhere already.
Well, trying to go somewhere. 1 foot forward. Hopefully trying to continue in that right direction. Bligsby going down. That's the top of the crossbar. This one will not. Bligsby can't get the touch.
Instinct giving a save, and Stone, or Lightskin Brian, sorry, I'm still thinking of the other guy. Helping along with that dodge, but also demolishing Brock and VMix here. Oh!
You're starting to see it. The aggression, I'm loving the demo play coming in, but you have to find a way to continue that up. Make UTRGV uncomfortable. Right now, they seem to be doing a great job of just allowing this team for Superior to run in circles. Nothing seems to be going their way. They're kind of at a loss right now and doing a great job of clearing away any open opportunities they potentially have. They need to get that one. We'll be able to swipe that one off.
honestly, from what I'm seeing, the way their movements are handling now, it seems like they're trying to keep tight, but their obvious loss has affected them greatly. And maybe UTRGV can see that, but UTRGV is playing a little egotistically. They don't want to be too pushy, too cocky, but you can tell that it's been affected somehow. And with VMix trying to set up a goal for Bligsby here, I'm wondering how things might go.
I think this is one of those opportunities for Superior to really say, hey, this is the first time we've been tested now, and you see them just slowly starting to get the inklings of it. You're asking yourself kind of who's going to take that first step forward, but I feel once they get that goal, an earned goal, I think the floodgates may start to open. You're starting to see it slowly start withering through. But UTRGV trying to take away that hope quickly. Instinct's going to have this. We'll have a teammate up the field. Mid-pass. Let's get Ryan too slow to it. We'll get one more flick with 2 in the area there for UTRGV near the goal line.
I will say these floaters are not the best way to score. And we're already with a minute 30 seconds.
Put it down. Put it down. Wow.
I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. I feel like everything I say is just going to go completely differently. Or maybe everything I say is completely right, because UTRGV is just leading here greatly. I wanted to see some equal fights, but the score is not equal at all.
No, it's not. But the biggest kickoff of the game right here. It's one of those opportunities for Superior that you need a goal quick. In the next 30 seconds, if you don't see that ball hit through the net, now you are in panic mode desperation. Well, we've seen quick goals happen, but you don't want to put yourself in a moment where you're saying, I need the last 30 seconds to score 2 goals.
Honestly, Superior with that high intensity offense at the beginning, but now they just slowed down. Now they slowed down and UTRGV is being offensive. Now UTRGV is ball chasing. They're trying to get a good setup. And now Lightskin Brian's too far. Instinct's getting to demolish, which saves them. But Brock's trying to set up for Bligsby again. And honestly, I feel like they're too far ahead. They're 2 steps ahead over Superior this whole way through.
They're comfortable. It just seems that they're almost in free play now. This team is in no shape or form feeling threatened at the moment. They feel this game is won, and you can see it from the play style. I would just say make sure the last 10 seconds before you really see yourself starting to celebrate. Big shot there, but that one will just go for an own save.
And they just let them take the ball. They let them have control. They're not trying to take it. They're not trying to be the offensive. They're not trying to hold the ball. They're not trying to do any such thing. They're letting UTRGV command them, and that is what's really messing them up.
Well, 14 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. UTRGV, the home favorite. They see themselves going for a quick victory lap.
4, 3, 2, and oh, well, they're dribbling it, but there's no winning for them. UTRGV takes the win.
And that's going to go to Kettles, the first champions for the Aura Farm. And this is one where I think, Comet, when we look at this event and putting it together, we didn't know what to expect skill-wise. We knew we had UTRGV here and what they could have, but what did the community have? But I think we saw a lot of what the community has, and it's a great, great sight to see.
And honestly, because with the way things happen, the community made teams might not even have coaches. They might not even be teams before this match. So just being able to play on that level, be semi-equal to UTRGV's teams, which already have a coach and everything like that, being able to combat against them, to be on their level is just amazing. And I'm just imagining, you know, if they have a little coaching, maybe they could sweep UTRGV themselves. Maybe they can get them out of here. Maybe these could be their new players. You never know. Honestly, with the way things were going, I was surprised anybody did anything in all aspects. Not because I don't know how to play the game, but, you know, also because of that. But either way, you know what I'm saying.
No, it was one of those events where I think it really showed out to what we really didn't expect. But, you know, this is Aura Farm #1, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Aura Farm Tournament. It's #1 for a reason, because we have more coming at you. And I will announce it here. Yes, we're focused on Rocket League, but we're focused on esports as a whole. Next event that we have coming in, we will be doing a Valorant tournament. If you want to be able to sign up for that, make sure in the RGV esports Discord. If you're not, make sure to go to our new Instagram and Twitch at Aura Farm, as well as UTRGV Esports. You can find the Discord link there, as well as our X page, UTRGV Esports. But comment. This is one where Godspeed, Texas Prospect Cup, we're trying to make sure the community had a place where they can compete in such a safe and great manner. I think today was a success, and I think everybody at home is kind of happy with the product at the end of the day.
Honestly, I mean, I was happy with it. I was surprised. I had a major amount of anxiety going into this, not because of everything, but because of life itself. And this just made me have a good day overall. And I think that's what we're trying to bring to the UTRGV and RGV itself. Just overall good forms of esports, tournaments, and entertainment. And that's what we want to bring here. Everyone follow my page on Twitter. I'm just saying, I got to plug myself. Sorry about that. But either way, like I was saying, honestly, it's just a great stream overall. It's a great organization. Y'all really need to stay here, come in. Even the people from Canada watching the stream, I know there's one person. Either way, even the people from Canada, come on down. Come visit us. Come join us. Play a couple games. We will enjoy you all too well.
100%. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, smash the heart button. We're growing every single day, and we need your help to continue doing it. Big shout out to Hondo in the back end for the production, pushing all the buttons and making us look good. And once more, big thank you to everyone who came out and participated, as well as all the viewers out there. We love you. We'll see you all again next time. Peace.
I was all alone.